but like United States of Terror was like a really good show. Wasn't the dialogue wasn't like amazingly cringe or anything, but like in Juno, some of the dialogue was very
Oh yeah.
what the fuck?
By
What
the
the
way, we're
do
live.
young people good? Yeah, good. People should hear me talk about Diablo Cody because I usually like what she does.
Hey there, everyone! Welcome to, well, it's not really any, like, it's not the Fireside Writing Review stream. I know we wanted to have that. Well, actually, it was going to be Ace Attorney this week. Anyway, special stream because something crazy just dropped on the internet. You've probably heard of it if you're on Twitter. The CW Powerpuff Girls live-action television series, which, did Mollie just drop?
I did just drop.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, get your face back on there. All right, there we go. The Powerpuff Girls live-action CW show. We have the script, and we know it's the script because people on Twitter were getting copyright struck for putting excerpts of it out, which means I'll probably get copyright struck for reviewing it here. But you know what? Worth it, because some of the excerpts I've read from this thing are insane. And before we even get to it, Fatman was just talking about the pedigree of the writers, which, and I was looking into this a little bit myself beforehand, and it's making me think, do you think they sabotaged this?
Sabotage?
In the sense of, like, they're like, this is a stupid idea, why would anyone make it? Let's make the most ridiculous thing ever and hope they cancel the whole project.
I don't think they would do that. I don't think that's the idea behind it, but I do think they are like taking the piss. I think they're just having fun. Like, I think they think, oh, this is a it's a reboot of an old brand. So I think they have like more security to just do stupid shit.
Oh,
I don't think they're like trying to get it canceled. I just think they're like, what can I get away with?
Interesting. All right. Well,
I don't know because like this was apparently they piloted it and everyone hated it and now they're going back to rewrite it, which makes me think they were being honest.
Well, I mean,
or they just couldn't get, or they just figured they couldn't get away with that, and then they went back.
Well, my theory on that is that they wrote this, they intended to get it canceled, or they intended to get the entire project canceled, and what ended up happening was like, no, we already put enough money into this, go back and rewrite it, and they're like, oh.
Or they're Sonic the Hedgehogging it. Like, it's not sabotage, it's the opposite of sabotage. They're like, write a bad one on purpose, we'll leak the script, people will, like, care suddenly, and then you're gonna write the real one. Well, they might have already had the real one.
This is how I see it. There are two wolves inside of you. One is a gritty live-action remake. The other is an out-of-date Flash animation. You are bad showrunner. A bad showrunner.
Oh, that's amazing.
What is it about the Powerpuff Girls property that's just so cursed?
I don't know, because like the original is so like good, and
yeah,
it's not. I would say like, oh, it's wholesome, but no, there's an entire episode where they go to a post-apocalyptic future and fight the devil, like what? I don't know how you screw up a show that manages to do everything in one sitting. All right, so.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, Powerpuff Girls was great. Let's jump into this though.
Yes. Exterior: big blue endless sky. Day. Super 2003. Over a blue sky filled with cotton candy clouds. Narrator: once upon a time, in the early 2000s, there were 3 extraordinary sisters who were destined to save the world. Blossom Utonium, 7, soars up into the frame. Blossom can fly effortlessly, even in the impractical pink dress she wears. Who wants to play Blossom?
I guess I'll be Blossom. Come on, guys, he's getting away.
Blossom was the leader, go-getter, the goody-goody. I was gonna say, welcome. I'm Blossom. She's Bubbles. He's Buttercup. Actually, that's a lie. We're all Buttercup in this.
Hey, shit, hold on. I have to go for just a second. I'll be right back.
Oh, just as we're getting to good parts. As in literally like the next line is going to be amazing. Probably get deleted as soon as it's done. It's just little girls being badass, but somehow people don't get such a simple premise. You can't have simple premises anymore. It has to be like everything has to be super complicated. It's actually why Arrow was actually really fun. Like the original on CW, the first era of CW shows actually had a lot of fun going on with them, where it was Arrow was just man comes back from island, turns into superhero because of time on island. Go. That was the premise, and it was good. It was like, very kind of self-contained revenge flick going on. Yeah, Blossom wore pink. It's like one video at HBO adaptation of Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, it's basically like that. My face when they refer to Child Buttercup as the... Yeah, we'll get to that. They're going after it because it's one of the first things people think of when it comes to 90s nostalgia, as well as fitting in with current societal shifts. I think there's an argument to be made there. Powerpuff Girls was a pretty big property in the 90s. I mean, God, I do not want them doing a Dexter's reboot. Okay, here we go.
A Dexter reboot?
Dexter's Laboratory. No, in our luck, it would be a crossover.
Yeah, because I was about to say, it's like they are doing a Dexter reboot. I'm like, oh, you mean Dexter's Lab? Okay.
Yeah. Buttercup Utonium flies next to her sister. She's a scrappy, scowling tomboy wearing a green dress. Fatman, you're Buttercup.
I'm Buttercup, mocking high voice. Come on, guys! He's getting away! Please, we always catch them.
Buttercup was the top one. The hard ass, if you'll pardon the idiom. Buttercup zooms off, a green blur. Bubbles Utonium in a blue dress, pigtails, and adorable smile rises up beside Blossom. I spy a camera crew. We're gonna be on TV tonight. Woot!
Let's focus on finishing the job and protecting the city.
Well, don't forget to smile. Daddy says our image is as important as our efficacy. That's a weird sentence. I noticed there's a lot of just awkward, phrasing in here. And I feel bad for CW characters. It's like, you guys are actors. You're reading off of a weird script sometimes.
Is this, intentional? Is Bubbles, trying to, overcompensate by using big words to, make up for her image as, the dumb blonde?
Maybe?
Is that an intentional characterization, or is this just $5 words the script?
I mean, anyone that
I guess we'll see as it goes on.
Anyone that knows the original show knows that Bubbles is the most terrifying one.
Oh yeah.
She grins, touching her dimples with her index finger. They have fingers. All right, terrible remake. We're done. We're done here, guys. We don't need anything more. 0 out of 5. They have fingers. And Bubbles was a sweet, upbeat, and cheerful one most of the time. Title, Powerpuff Girls. The three girls dip down together, diving towards a marauding three-headed Pegasus monster. Big as a building, wreaking havoc on the city. We only see it briefly. Don't worry.
Time to kick some beast. Is don't worry a message to the fucking animators?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see kind of why this script got picked up.
Yeah.
It's playing directly to the producers.
She bursts ahead of them, hooking swiftly around a welcome billboard that reads, "The City of Townsville, home of the Powerpuff Girls." A triptych of brief action shots. Buttercup punching the beast, Bubbles stunning it with her ice breath. Blossom I thought it was Blossom that had the ice breath.
Unfortunately, I don't remember a lot
breaking
about
continuity?
Yeah,
I don't remember a lot about Powerpuff Girls lore. I'm gonna make you guys feel old, but that show, I watched it when I was in preschool.
Oh.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Okay, all right. Yeah, no, I'll accept my oldness.
Blossom tying it up. Townsville cheers them on. The girls take a bow. These exceptional girls were not born, but created by the brilliant Professor Drake Utonium. Why did you give him a name?
Yeah, and now I'm just picturing the meme where it's Snip Snails and Puppy Dog Tails, and he's doing and then it's Sugar Spice and everything.
You know who he's played by, right?
Turk from
Scrubs.
Scrubs.
It's
Yeah.
Just dress him up as Drake in a lab coat and you're good to go.
Yeah, I love it. Drake, though. Why that name?
It's very. Is he a dragon? Dragonborn. Dova King. Interior, Professor Utonium's lab. Day. Super, 1996. 7 years earlier. Drake Utonium, a debonair scientist in his 30s, toils in his lab surrounded by mysterious equipment and colorful compounds. There's an explosion of light, red, blue, and green, as new life blooms from a pipette. From a pipette? No, it was from like a big old stirry thing. This big old dish.
Yeah.
This is such a terrible script. They're getting all the lore wrong. It's literally the most famous aspect of the show.
How do you not just recreate that intro like beat for beat?
Yeah, like literally, I would have just done that. Just beat for beat, doing the intro. He'd long dreamed of being a father, but his grandiosity prevented him from pursuing his goal in the usual manner. Drake didn't just want children, he wanted... Drake lifts a tinted lab goggles off his face, astonished. Phenomena. Phenomena.
Wait, does that say phenomena?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Phenomena.
That is an exclamation point, not an L. What?
That's what
like
he wanted. He wanted phenomena. Because, above him, in the magic fogged air, we see the silhouettes of the hovering, newly made 7-year-old Powerpuff Girls. Drake turns to his gawky, cowering lab partner, Dr. Joseph Mojo Mondale. Mojo claps, though he looks a bit uncertain.
Mojo Jojo Redemption?
Congrats, you did it!
Backstory?
No. I couldn't have done it without you, Mojo. Actually, do you want to take Drake? I'll take Mojo.
Who are you talking to?
You.
Okay. I couldn't have done it without you, Mojo.
Interior, Professor Utonium's house, kitchen, evening. The girls, the professor, and the professor's girlfriend, Sarah Bellum. Okay.
That's okay.
Enjoy a cozy, laughter-filled dinner. For years, all was well in the Utonium household. The sisters were the best of friends. Drake was a proud papa. His girlfriend, Sarah, had become like a part of the family.
Wasn't his girlfriend Mrs. Keene? Or Miss Keene, the teacher? Like, didn't they have an entire arc where she got, like, possessed by Sedusa?
Maybe?
Wasn't that...
No, like, Sedusa just showed up in her own, form.
I don't remember these parts of the show.
But yeah, no, Sarah Bellum, I always thought that she was, kind of, doing tricks for the mayor off the...
Was she the one that didn't have a head?
Correct.
Yes, that's her.
Okay.
Off this warm scene, we cut to the first bank of Townsville, dusk. A crowd cheering as the girls descend on a villain, Fuzzy Lumpkins, and snatches a bag of cash from his clutches. The girls were beloved heroes in Townsville, a city mysteriously besieged by villainous creatures and crooks. Scientists, religious gurus, and conspiracy theorists all had their own explanations for why Townsville was the center of all these strange attacks, but no one knew for sure. All they knew was that the Powerpuffs kept them safe. Interior, Mojo's observatory. Reveal Mojo watching the spectacle on his television in his mountaintop observatory. He glares, sick with envy. Dr. Joseph Mojo Mondale was not so delighted with the Powerpuff Girls. He resented their celebrity, especially since he'd helped Drake discover Chemical X, the mutagenic substance that gave the girls their powers. But Drake, I will not get used to calling him Drake, wrapped up in the limelight, seemed to have forgotten about their decade-long partnership. Mojo turns off the TV. He walks to the window. He hoped to use the chemical to gain powers himself, powers he used for good, like Elon Musk. Why? Just don't drop it. You are dating yourself so hard here. The beautiful thing about Powerpuff Girls is that it's timeless. It is such a timeless show. It has mixture of it has some Gothic architecture. It has Art Deco architecture. It has these different styles from all the way up from the 60s all the way up through the 90s. It had all these things going for it, and it just, God.
Maybe they are trying to get this.
Dr. Drake and his assistant Josh. Drake? Where's the good script?
But also for his own personal gain, like Elon Musk. But what use would it be? No. Mojo wasn't cute. He didn't have sugar or spice or anything nice. He was just plain old boring man.
Man.
In bold text.
As Mojo gazes out the window, we see 3 glittery streaks of color appear in the sky. It's the girls. A boy runs up from behind, nose pressed against the glass. Mojo's son, Jojo. Dad? Were those the Powerpuff Girls? I wish I could fly. They're all so cool, especially Blossom. Off Mojo's
I like that
screen.
man is bolded because it's like, ooh, he's a gross
He's a
man, unlike
man.
me, the powerful feminist.
Yeah.
Is he no longer a monkey?
Not in this.
I like to think he is a monkey and we're just witnessing like an orangutan right now.
Yeah.
Interior, Professor Utonium's house. Day. The girls and Drake watch a lively news...
Drake.
I wish I knew more about Drake. I would love to like quote his songs all over the place here. A new
Hotline
live
Bling,
broadcast.
Baby. Hotline Bling.
Mojo stands at a podium at a televised rally. The chyron underneath reads, "Concerned scientist holds anti-Powerpuff rally." I worked with the professor for years. He is a power-hungry and duplicitous. He stole Chemical X from me, and I believe he may be the mastermind behind Townsville's most heinous monsters. How else would the girls stay famous if not from protecting us? But maybe we need to be protected from them.
Mojo star.
It's you, Mollie.
But we'd never.
He's a sad, bitter man. Don't worry, you're more popular than ever. What?
Drake was right.
Okay.
The girls had a national fan club, licensed merch, even their own cartoon.
Better man.
Sorry. But Mojo wasn't their only enemy. They were about to face an evil far more formidable, a force that's defeated innumerable gifted children. Puberty.
That's not bolded.
It's relatable.
Yeah, why isn't that bolded? Is it because it's not a man? Oh,
It's not a man.
Only the man gets bolded. That's some masculine privilege. That's some misogyny right there.
It's meta. I mentioned this yesterday on my stream, but I hate the style of writing where like it's literally playing off the fact that it's meta and that's its main selling point, and without that you just have nothing.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, like one of the best parodies of all time is Shaun of the Dead. And that's like super meta, but it's not playing off the fact that it's meta. It plays a lot of things really straight.
I'd say that Hot Fuzz is way more meta than Shaun of the Dead is.
I need to see Hot Fuzz again. It's been forever.
The thing is, you can watch Hot Fuzz and like still enjoy it as it is.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Interior, Professor Utonium's house, early morning. Close in on the red phone ringing. Super, 2013. Blossom, now a teenager, is lying in bed. She opens one eye, elbows teenage Buttercup, who's lying next to her. We see SAT prep books scattered next to Blossom.
Wake up. Red phone.
Buttercup takes out her mouth guard and groans.
I was up until 3 a.m. texting Rachel. She thinks I'm seeing other girls.
Because you are.
Yeah, but I had to put in a lot of work to convince her I wasn't.
Reveal Bubbles passed out on the floor, hungover. Oh, Jesus, stop!
Are they? Wait, they're teenagers.
Yeah.
That's what they said, right?
Can someone please answer that thing? I am galled. It's like, okay, so off the bat, you've already got Buttercup being the philanderous lesbian, which is a trope in and of itself already.
Which is a bad trope.
You've got Bubbles being a freaking party girl?
Like a drunk.
Well, I'm one instance is not enough to say she's a drunk, but that's a worry on my head for sure.
Yeah.
So
Remember, guys, every tomboy is gay. If they aren't, that's not woke. No feminine woman has ever been gay, and no masculine woman has ever been straight. And no child has ever grown out of a tomboy phase ever. It's never happened.
What I would like, you know what would be interesting to explore? What if Buttercup was like the super straight one? Like the incredibly straight edged one, like in the sense of like she's only going for guys, and she has struggles with that because of like
So everyone thinks she's gay.
everyone thinks she's gay because she has such a like a tomboy appearance. She's so tomboy, it's off-putting, and like that's actually kind of a struggle she has. It's like, oh, I want to be myself, but at the same time, I can't get like that'd be an interesting dynamic to explore, and kind of a wholesome one. It has a good story about being yourself in there, but also like there are expectations of society that need to like that either you need to
Also,
meet or find a way to beat.
Why are we making her like a terrible person as well? I know that's supposed to be the joke. It's like, ooh, it's something like innocent, and they were always like they were always like the cute good girls, but now not only are they drinking, but this one is unfaithful and terrible.
It's the fucking everybody hates lesbians trope. Like,
Buttercup flippantly picks it up and slams it back down.
That's a trope. The unfaithful lesbian's a trope. I mean, the most famous lesbian representation in shows recently, like since 2013, has been rough to say the least, and now we have another entry in that.
Yeah, didn't we? We went through an entire like how many?
Yeah,
what was our final tally on that?
I forget, but it was it was like less than 25% has been positive representation.
Yeah, the rest have been either toxic or just like for sure, like either toxic or literally non-existent until the very end, like Korra.
I'll give Korra a pass because it was like 2014.
Yeah, Korra was like ahead of its time with that.
The thing that bothers me is when it's like, I think the thing that I said bothers me is stuff where it's like Star Versus, where it's like, we're just gonna make a side character bisexual. Isn't that great? And I'm like, no. Yeah, we're not gonna actually deal with that at all. But she's the tomboy one, so she has to be.
Of course, yeah. It's still probably better than Ruby.
It is. Star Versus had its own problems though. Star Versus is why if you are given limited time to write and you have a regular plot and a romance plot, don't do the romance plot.
I was just thinking that like, God, Ruby is terrible in how it does relationships. Like I remember I ended up disliking the only canon lesbians in that show because they were shown to be the only positive relationship in the entire damn series. And it was Saffron and Terracotta. And it's like the only reason I didn't like them is because it didn't feel like they fit. Because they were a functional romance.
Korra is still a bad show. That is true.
Yes,
Korra still
is bad.
I mean, I would say I enjoyed it when it came out because I was in the demographic of and I was like, 14, 15 years old. But when you look back at it, Korra's just a terrible protagonist who never learns anything.
Yeah.
So
they also completely wrecked the entire lore, but we'll look at that later.
The Avatar 1 stuff was fucking awful.
Yeah. Did you already say your line as Buttercup?
Where were you last night?
We broke into the zoo again. We made the flamingos drink hypnotic.
She's the party girl.
Why are you making these
cute
kids?
One?
No,
because Hypnotic is blue, Raymond. Hypnotic is blue.
But like
she was the cute one, so it's funnier because there's a contrast. Isn't that funny?
But I like the implication.
Many
it's
such
like
cases.
So all right, already we've got a cheating philanderer, we've got and we've got a party girl who feeds illicit substances to animals. I mean, I know she can talk to animals, but like, look, I don't.
Are they going to address that?
Probably.
Like, is that why she did it? We gotta see.
Blossom has climbed out of bed and is beginning to put her costume on. It's the same dress they wore as little girls.
Come on, guys. Let's just suit up and get this done.
I'm not wearing that dress anymore. It's compulsory heterosexual.
Buttercup is that girl who like listens to Hayley Kiyoko and thinks there's nothing wrong with it. She's like, Kiyoko? Yeah, the lyrics really speak to me. Hayley Kiyoko is a lesbian singer, and she writes incel music. It is literally all just like, I hate that you chose a guy over me when I'm so much better than that stupid man.
Oh my god, you know how CW loves to use licensed music?
Yes.
Think about it. They will unironically, if this show gets off the ground, they will, in one episode, they will unironically use a Haley Kiyoko song for Buttercup.
Can you control F for Haley Kiyoko in the script right now?
Everyone, S's in chat for Haley Kiyoko. S to spin.
How do you spell that? Because there's a lot of different ways to spell both names.
Yeah.
It's Hayley.
L-A-Y?
Ley.
L-E-Y.
Also, compulsory heterosexuality. The fact that she's just saying that out of nowhere does remind me a lot of the types of people who listen to her music, where they saw this phrase on Tumblr and now they just try to fit it in wherever they can to show off how woke they are, how like weary they are of the world.
Yeah. Okay, somebody on Twitter was talking about how Yang was an example of comp het, and I didn't know what that was, and I looked it up on Wikipedia. But then I also messaged my friend and asked her, like, have you ever heard this term comp het before? And she said, oh yeah, it's like the N-word for bi people.
What?
What I've seen on Tumblr before my favorite thing it'll be like a bi woman who doesn't want to admit she's bi, and she's like, it was my compulsory heterosexuality that made me fuck all those men.
Yeah. Comp het
okay.
is like the idea that like being straight is like default. So like there aren't actually like bi people, that they're just like they were born into a world where they have to be straight, and they're like reconciling that with their attraction to women. Like,
I mean,
legitimately bisexual people.
Do I have to point out the obvious here, that being straight is the default, or else we wouldn't have the human race? But I mean, like it's nothing wrong to be the
settings mindset.
There's nothing wrong to
is
be
used
different
by just
than it.
extremely insecure people who think that it makes them less internet. It gives them like they think that being bi means they'll have less internet points. So I have seen it one or two occasions where it's a bi person, like they admit they're bi, but they're like, but I have comp het, and so I've only ever been attracted to men. And I'm like, dude.
All right.
Wait,
well,
they've only been attracted to.
All right, Blossom.
Okay. Take it up with Dad.
Dad freaks out if we do anything off model.
Hold on, Mooba has a good point. Why is wearing a dress heterosexual inherently?
Because she's the edgy tomboy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's like I've literally talked to all the artists in the Sketchy Huntsman, and all like the best character designers that we have, and we have a lot of them now. We have a lot of great artists for character design. All of them love girls in dresses, and they're mostly women. It's like, why is that? Like, people like seeing girls in dresses. It's nice. It's very nice.
I like wearing dresses.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, the term is off-brand, not off-model. I don't know if she did that because she doesn't, if
are
like,
they making? Is it like is it a joke about animation? Because like off-model is a term in animation.
Yeah, I know. Off-model is a term in animation, but like the word she's looking for is off-brand, like a product he developed. Like she's like, I don't know if that's a joke. Or
also, they have yet to clarify if it's the exact same dresses they wore when they were 7, so they're just like fitting into literal children's clothes, or is it like a larger version of what they wore when they were 7?
So
probably the larger version.
Okay, we'll finish up the line.
Dad freaks out if we do anything off model. He treats us like a product he developed.
Why are you so angry at Daddy?
It wasn't our idea to be the ordained saviors of Townsville.
No, but it's our responsibility, even if we're tired from test prep, our girl drama, or Bloot Fruit favored cognac. It's alcohol. It's quirky.
Yeah. Bubbles dry heaves. Blossom pulls Buttercup's costume out of the hamper. She sniffs it and grimaces.
Tossing it. The crystal deodorant does not work.
Exterior, Professor
The crystal.
Minutes later, Buttercup, Bubbles, and Blossom shuffle out the front door. Are we fighting Swampy again? Who has that brief? Who has the brief? Drake pops out of the house, followed by Sarah.
Bubbles, wait! Where are your pigtails? You have to stick to the character Bible! Oh my god, this is a joke.
Yeah.
I love it.
Uh,
She's not a character, Drake. I'll be Sarah.
yeah. So you're talking to yourself. Go.
I know. I know. That's why I've allowed her to select 2 outside friends and unlimited after homeschool activities. Buttercup, I don't appreciate the look on your face right now. Can you blame her? She's 17, and she's up to the butt crack of dawn, fighting a talking swamp. To fight a talking swamp. Where am I? Sarah, as always, I appreciate your concern, but for my family, but you're not part of it. Ooh, drama.
Wow! Before the girls can begin to defend Sarah, Blossom pipes up.
Guys, we need to go. Townville needs us. Also, shouldn't I be Sarah?
If you want.
Yeah. Blossom takes off into the sky. The other girls follow suit reluctantly. Sarah stares at Drake, hurt.
Come on. I'll make an omelet while we watch the live feed.
Drake heads inside. Sarah doesn't move.
We've been together for 9 years.
Exclusive for 7.
When are you going to let me in here? Another 9 years? Never? I can't do this anymore, Drake.
CW. The city of Townsville, day. Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup battle Swampy. It's way more effortless than it should be. When suddenly a laser beam grazes Swampy and almost hits Blossom. Reveal. A giant squid robot! Being operated by Mojo, a lab monkey by his side. Mojo's voice bellows from a megaphone. Stop the Powerpuff Girls! Don't you see they're behind this? They're putting you all in danger! In Mojo's observatory, a teenage JoJo co-pilots his father via control panel monitor, holding a Blossom action figure. Dad, easy on Blossom, remember? I got this, JoJo. If Mojo doesn't have the exact inflection of Mojo JoJo, this is like there are levels where they could try and save themselves, but like if they don't even get that right, I'm going to be so angry.
That'll be the least defensible part of this. Like, that's on the level with like, Tom Kenny still being the narrator, but like using a different like inflection.
Back on. The girls trying to subdue Swampy as a few anti-Powerpuff protesters gather below. One throws a Slurpee. Buttercup goes red hot and flies up to the jackass.
I will honestly end you.
The people cower in fear as Mojo blasts at Blossom again.
Guys, a little help?
We're working on it. Mojo blasts another laser at Swampy, hitting him in the arm and the building behind him. Concrete debris rains down. Blossom catches the falling pieces in both arms, looking to her sisters for help. But hungover Bubbles can barely handle Swampy, and Buttercup's fighting with the protesters. Desperate, Blossom kicks a third piece of debris out of the air, but it ricochets a lamppost, exploding into fragments. Mojo's robot is riddled with shrapnel as it falls to the ground. In Mojo's lab, JoJo is speechless, his eyes water. Daddy? I'm trying to go for that, I don't know if you've watched Game Grumps recently, but there's a voice that they give to characterize Danny's dog. And it's like, Daddy, can I have some tweets, Daddy? And I'm trying to go for that.
Oh, yeah.
Above the robot, Blossom sees blood on the inside panel. Blossom and Buttercup join her. Blossom begins to hyperventilate, having a full-blown panic attack.
Guys, mental health.
Yeah.
Guys.
Newsroom.
It's realistic.
A newscaster sits behind a news banner. Townsville divided. I'm not super bad on like the idea that there's an accent. Like that's something you can explore with adult Powerpuff Girls. Like it's not a show that couldn't work. It's just handling it more maturely. Because there's glimpses in here that I'm like, oh, they accidentally get someone killed. That's like a heavy topic that the original show could never have covered, but you could in a more adult setting. So how do the girls handle it? What are the consequences for that? You could actually do something with that, but I don't trust this to handle it maturely.
I don't know. I think did you see Young Adult, the Diablo Cody movie?
No, I did not.
It was pretty good.
Well, I'm talking
like
about
I said-
CW. I'm talking CW in general.
Yeah, CW. I guess I don't know about I don't know about CW. So that's my weakness here.
In the wake of Mojo's
I'm
death,
glad. I'm glad that they're giving Mojo Jojo a tragic backstory. When I watch my children's like my campy children's cartoons, that's what I really want is for the villains to have tragic backstories.
well, like, but then like you think about why did he not sue for defamation because of the cartoon? The cartoon literally turns him into an evil monkey. Like, I would be suing up
And they
the ass
dragged
for
his
defamation.
son's name into this.
Newscaster. In the wake of Mojo's death, didn't he have an actual name, Joseph Mondale, like or something like that? I don't know. Like, why are you using his nickname? A once
my
fringe group
God.
of anti-Powerpuff Girl activists have gained massive popularity in Townsville. Their goal? To banish the Powerpuff Girls. The news cuts footage of the mayor holding a press conference surrounded by angry anti-Powerpuff protesters. Due to public safety concerns, the Powerpuff Girls have been outlawed from fighting in Townsville. The protesters cheer wildly as...
So this is just the Incredibles.
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
Bubbles and Buttercup...
Yes, someone in chat just said it. This is the plot of the Incredibles.
Yeah. Bubbles and Buttercup watch on TV under a blanket together.
I better check on Blossom.
Professor Utonium's Blossom's room. Buttercup enters Blossom's room.
Wait,
What?
Mojo had a sad backstory in the original show. Again, like this show came out when I was
The movie.
Babby.
The movie was basically the beginning of the Powerpuff Girls, and in that, they
Wasn't he a regular lab monkey that got like hit with a super smart ray? Wasn't
Yeah.
his backstory just that joke from The Simpsons with the graph where it's like happiness versus intelligence?
Well, yes, his backstory was that like when the girls were created, they started taking up more and more of the professor's life, and so like the attention went away. It's basically like the son that didn't get enough attention, and so he started acting out, and eventually
remember
That's actually cool and original, as opposed to like, oh, they killed his dad.
yeah. So he had a good back. It wasn't like it didn't make you super sympathetic with him because ultimately he did turn out to be like rotten to the core, but like you got where he was coming from. It's a good villain backstory in that you understood him, you didn't sympathize with him.
Yeah, they're trying to like. I mean, I know you don't agree with me, but like we have to call this like the Catcher effect, where like you're trying to make the villain sympathetic, but they're just terrible, so it's just not gonna work out.
Buttercup enters Blossom's room.
Bloss?
The bed is empty and empty drawers are open. Exterior, gray sky. See a tear-stained Blossom flying as fast as she can through the overcast sky, a suitcase strapped to her back. What?
What?
My phone started playing a song from...
Did it voice to text something you said?
Yeah, at most I thought it said, "Hey Siri," but like the thing is, it was like playing on the radio. I don't have a radio app installed.
What?
Weird.
This is all Mojo Jojo's fault.
Oh, Jojo! Now furious Buttercup bursts angrily out of the front door and is immediately swarmed by news cameras.
It was just like the most obvious direction they could have taken. Like, I feel like I'm reading a gritty Pokemon fan fiction where they're like, ooh, but what if the Pokemon killed people?
So wait, is this story going to be like Blossom runs away? Oh, everyone froze. Oh, there we go. Is the story going to be Blossom runs away and she comes back like years later as an adult?
Last thing I said.
What?
Was I cut out for the last thing I said?
I think so, yeah.
Maybe.
I said this reminds me of like an edgy Pokemon fan fiction where they're like, what if the Pokemon killed people?
Oh, yeah, I did hear you say that.
Yeah.
And I thought, like, wasn't the manga actually like that? I've heard that the manga was like actually super dark.
No, people don't really die in the manga. They just get mortally injured and then can't die.
Well, doesn't like Arbok? There's an Arbok that gets chopped in half, isn't there?
People always cite that scene that Arbok actually didn't die.
That's worse.
No,
Yeah.
it regenerated its body.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so like Arboks are just earthworms now? That's
I
kind of
guess
cool.
so. I guess they didn't. This was like Gen 1 Pokemon, and things were still a little bit wishy washy with the lore. So
All right. News cameras.
Bleep all of you! Bleep Townsville! The Powerpuff Girls are done! Is she saying bleep, or is that just like that the line is
It's
bleeped?
probably bleeped, but I like to imagine she's saying it. End
That
of
was-
teaser. Bum bum bum. Act 1.
So far, so good.
We still have 50 pages of this, people. Buckle in.
So far, so
let's
good.
go.
Exterior house, day.
go.
Smoke billows from the first floor of a house. After Blossom ran away to build a new life for herself, Buttercup and Bubbles followed suit. On the second floor, a window opens. Adult Buttercup, wearing a firefighter gear, leaps out the window with a little boy in her arms. They fly down 20 feet and land gently. You see, all right, I see a spark here. Of like, that's an interesting idea. Maybe the Powerpuff Girls do go on to leave different lives, and the idea of them being like different safety, like different like rescue workers or such, like that's a cool idea. Like I can see Blossom being a doctor. Think how handy that would be with X-ray vision. You could just like, oh yeah, you've got cancer. Also, you've got double cancer now. I use X-rays on you without protection.
Use X-ray vision on you. Yeah, my cancer eyes. I can also use them to see through things, but you know.
Enraged by
You know, they did this in a Powerpuff Girls episode too, where they like broke up as the Powerpuff Girls, and then they all went on to be like, Buttercup was like a Spawn, knockoff. Blossom was a Wonder Woman knockoff, and Bubbles was like a cutesy like
magical
animal,
or something like that.
like mascot, superhero.
Enraged by the ignoble end of the PPGs, Buttercup sought anonymity. She moved to a small town in Oregon, shortened her name to B, and joined the fire department, convincing herself that she could be happy as a normal human hero. I thought you guys used ladders. Buttercup, if anyone... Oh, it's you.
Yeah, if anyone asks, I did. Then, can't... what? Then can't help herself. Want to see me put this fire out with my magic ice breath?
The little boy nods, excited, as Buttercup inhales. Another firefighter comes around the side of the house with a hose.
Maybe next time.
See, that right there, like that felt kind of genuine to me. That felt Powerpuff Girls like, or at least wholesome enough to match.
Yeah. See, being cringe doesn't mean it's bad.
Well, that wasn't even cringe. That was just, I mean, like, there are parts of here that's definitely hard cringe.
Oh, sure.
We're about to hit a hard cringe part. Trust me.
Okay.
I can sense it coming.
Hollywood Boulevard. Okay, we're starting good there. See you on a license plate. Bubbles 1. Affixed to a baby blue Corvette, adult Bubbles, still wearing her signature pigtails, pops the trunk. It's full of Powerpuff Girls merch and a price list. Selfies, $20. T-shirts, $30. Selfies and shirts, $45. Bubbles went to Hollywood, hoping to capitalize on her childhood fame. After 2 stints in rehab and 3 failed reality show pilots, she had pivoted to direct sales.
Guys, she was the cute one, and now she did drugs. It's brilliant.
Bubbles announces herself to a pack of passing tourists. I'm Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls, the real Bubbles, unlike that Bobo knockoff Wonder Woman. What? Bobo knockoff. What is a Bobo
That's
knockoff?
a thing people say.
That Bobo knockoff?
I've never heard that in my life.
Is
she pointing? I was like, fake Wonder Woman who looks really fake. Turns and sticks her tongue out at Bubbles as the tourists flock to her. Interior college lecture hall, day. Blossom sits in a lecture hall taking notes. As for Blossom, she attended an elite women's college in the Northeast. You had to get that in there. It's specifically women's college, because a normal college wouldn't have sufficed.
It wouldn't have been feminist enough.
Collecting degrees to cocoon herself from the harsh sting of the real world. It was effective. She spots a Powerpuff tattoo on the bicep of a classmate. Most of the time. Super 2021. Interior, Blossom's apartment, morning. Blossom joins her adorable boyfriend, Clive. Clive?
What's with these reboots and giving Blossom a boyfriend?
I mean,
wasn't the 2016 reboot like
it was like a self-insert.
Yeah,
some dude on staff really wanted to fuck Blossom.
Like, I mean, like, I'm okay with it because they're adults, but just the name Clive?
Clive?
The only other Clive I've seen was in Fire Emblem. Shoutouts to Fire Emblem Echoes. Good game.
Clive
the
Barker?
only Clive I'm familiar with is Clive Barker. Yeah, I was going to say.
Who's that?
The creator of Hellraiser. So I am expecting...
Oh no, a Powerpuff tattoo. I'm having a panic attack.
I'm expecting someone to open a puzzle box and literal hell will start pouring through. As Blossom enters, he puts a birthday hat on her head, smiling. After a decade of school, Blossom got a job at a Boston-era biotech firm where she met her boyfriend,
Boston-area
Clive.
biotech. Shoutouts to Sarah, who's doing that right now. Shoutouts.
She'll be co-workers.
Sarah, you're gonna be co-workers with Blossom from the Powerpuff Girls.
Wait, how much do you know about this Sarah? Is her real name Sarah, or is she secretly Blossom from the Powerpuff Girls? I hope not.
Well, I haven't seen her fly, and if she did have superpowers, I think it would just conjure amphibians, so...
That's true. This morning, they're celebrating her 25th birthday, which is technically tomorrow, but tomorrow, Blossom has some out-of-state business to attend to. Ding! A reminder text from Spirit Airlines pops up on Blossom's phone. Yeah, that looks like product placement. It's time to check in for your flight to Townsville, departing tomorrow at 8 a.m. She shudders.
I don't want to go to Townsville. I'm gonna have another panic attack.
Clive rubs her shoulder warmly as he pours her coffee. After this weekend, you'll never have to again. Once you sign that document and collect your trust fund, you're free. Besides, you've been so excited to see your sisters after all this time. Thank you for telling us that, Clive. We couldn't have guessed that.
Maybe I waited too long. I've been so MIA. Buttercup and Bubbles talk all the time. Buttercup even went on to see Bubbles' one-woman show, Bubbles with a Chance of Bubbles.
Who wrote this?
Diablo Cody.
Babe, you had a messed up childhood that culminated in a traumatic event. It's like
you
your
are
therapist
hurting.
Says you need to go out and make your own way in the world for the sake of your mental health.
This is how I talk to my girlfriend. I just go, babe, this is because of your childhood trauma. Let's unpack this so we can heal through this
I am
together.
now your
That's
therapist.
How people talk naturally.
Aside from your actual therapist. You know, this is written by people that think that it's okay for you to get mental health advice on a Discord server. Like, so, Blossom.
They're in Boston. He should have a Boston accent, not a Southern one. Babe, you had a messed up childhood that culminated in a traumatic. I don't know.
I was trying to go for like more of a Nicolas Cage sound, but you know.
Like your therapist says. You need to go to Dunkin' Donuts. Watch the Pats game.
All right, it's Blossom's
Go
line.
Sox.
It's your line, Blossom.
I hope I don't have a panic attack while I'm there. I just made that joke.
If you do freak out, just do that exercise Dr. Pat taught you.
Right. Visualize my inner child.
Isn't your inner child the one who
Killed-
murdered Mojo?
She gazes into the middle distance where her childhood self magically appears, waving to her reassuringly. Holy shit! That's not visualizing your inner child, that's having a hallucination.
Thanks for being amazing, Clive. I love you.
Ding! Another text, this time from Bubbles to both Buttercup and Blossom. It says, Happy birthday Eve to my BBS. See you tomorrow. Blossom, soothed by her conversation with Clive, grins and texts back. Can't wait to see you guys. Seriously. After a beat, Buttercup texts, me 3. Clive. Oh, sorry. It's gonna be super fun. Exterior government building establishment day. Jojo. Damn it all straight to hell, Gina. Mayor's office day. Jojo, now also in his 20s, sits in a well-appointed office. A plaque on his desk reads, Jojo Mondell, Mayor of Townsville. He reads through a report in front of his secretary, Gina, 50. He has a pet monkey sitting on his desk.
This is just initial polling data. You've got time to pull ahead.
Unlike our prodigal Powerpuffs, Mojo's son Jojo stayed in Townsville. Indeed, his dedication to the city had carried him all the way to public office. He was the youngest person ever elected mayor of Townsville. Unfortunately for him, a second term looks unlikely. I've delivered on everything I promised, except free gelato Fridays, and that's only because the perfect scoop turned out to be a front for meth trafficking. Alessia Lawrence has no experience. She's impulsive and reactionary.
He's exciting.
You mean she's not a white man? You know, you hear about reverse discrimination, but until it happens to you... No offense, you totally earned your position. Optics don't hurt, though.
He's a racist.
He's a sexist.
Okay.
He's a racist and a sexist.
And a sexist.
There is one
villain for the modern day.
There is one thing people love more than virtue signaling, Gina.
Frozen desserts of Italian origin.
No, security, safety, and I can provide that. Jojo feeds his monkey a treat.
With all due respect, Mr. Mayor, Townsville is a candy-colored bubble of privilege and comfort. Ever since the creature attack stopped, we're one of America's safest cities. I don't think people are voting from a place of fear.
What about my pet monkey? That was meaningful in the last election.
Post Harambe? No one cares anymore.
Wow,
Post Harambe.
Person that wrote this is still in 2016.
We are in current year prospects.
2016 anymore. It's post Harambe.
Yeah.
Every year from now on will be a post Harambe world.
I should know. I saw Harambe.
You can tell this was written in like 2016 too because the bad guy is an anti-SJW.
Yeah.
Remember those? Anybody else on Tumblr in 2016 here? Anybody else, just me?
I mean, those still exist.
Yeah, but Tumblr is not really as popular as it was now that all the porn's gone.
Yeah.
I know, but like there was this specific type, like the anti-SJW. That was like a specific type of person I don't really see on Twitter anymore. Yeah. There's conservatives on Twitter, but it's different. It's just different. It's not the same.
I need to read through all of this. Go ahead and knock off for lunch.
One more thing. The Powerpuff Girls are coming to town tomorrow.
The color drains from Jojo's face. He's shaken. Tomorrow? All three?
Just for the weekend. The Gazette called asking for comment.
Tell Frank I said no comment. That'll be all. Gina nods and exits. As Jojo mulls over his monkey screeches. It gives Jojo an idea. He picks up his cell, pulls up a contact, short stack, hesitates for a moment, then dials. I need you.
Short stack? Is this going to be Princess?
That was more. Well, maybe. I mean, her name was Morebucks, but yeah, I could see her being nicknamed that.
Yeah.
Exterior, Townsville, airport, curb, Uber driver pickup. No, Siri, stop. Buttercup exits with her duffel. We see Bubbles with her suite of luggage in line for an Uber. She's accompanied by a middle-aged guy with a camera. She spots Buttercup heading over. Here she comes. Start filming. Buttercup! Happy birthday, bitch! They hug happily until Buttercup notices the cameraman.
What's with... Oh, God. How do you pronounce that? Al Maisels? Al Maisels over here? Does he work for Bravo?
No, I'm making a tasteful doc about my comeback/solo career, which starts with capturing our reunion, which is kind of a big D. And this is my manager, Ace. Wait!
Normal people talking here.
Wait! Is that Ace from the Rowdy Rough Crew? Oh. Ace. Hey.
When you say reunion, to be clear, you mean like our personal reunion? Because I'm not...
You're not interested in a re-team or a reboot of the Powerpuff Girls. I know. Even though America would go ripshit bonkers for it.
Would go what?
Are they
I'm gonna start saying that in real life.
Did they get to say that on the CW?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
They can say rip shit on those. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
They would. Buttercup affectionately strokes one of Bubbles' pigtails.
You haven't changed at all.
Gotta stick to the character Bible. They smirk, but the looks they exchange are poignant. Poignant how? Like, it's not just... Is it like they're in agreement? They're both...
Poignant isn't an adjective. It's like an adjective modifier, almost.
Yeah, it's like saying the looks they exchange are very... Like, that's what you're saying. It's slightly different than very, but it's effectively the same thing.
Yeah, that's not a real adjective.
Bubbles, Buttercup, and Ace ride in the back of an Uber. They pass the old "Welcome to Townsville" billboard, which now says "Jojo Mondale, Mayor," with a smiling photo of Jojo.
So Mojo's son is the mayor now.
Remember that? What a huge crush he had on Blossom. Weird kid. Hey, you know who we should go see while we're here? Sarah. She was always so great to us.
I blew that one.
because he's a stinky man.
Yeah, now he just dates rando beaker bunnies and science hose. Says the
science hose.
It's hose. Great nickname to use in bed.
Oh, God, like I love it. Like they're being so judgmental of their dad. Meanwhile, Buttercup, you were literally sleeping around with like how many girls back when you were partially responsible for the death of Mojo.
Look, they rejected us, but they're still hawking our merch. Pathetic.
Buttercup looks out the window and sees Townsville Gifts, a shop still selling Powerpuff Girls souvenirs. I hadn't read that part, so I didn't realize it. We put this town on the map, like the aliens in Roswell.
Or the witches in Salem.
The cars turn their childhood street.
Zero escape reference in chat. Shout out to the train dude. Zero escape reference in chat. Anyway, moving on.
Can't believe Blossom's coming. She's been a total ghost aside from her obligatory holiday text.
Yeah, it's probably only because Dad made it mandatory for us to be... Oh, it's you? Sorry.
Yeah, it's probably only because Dad made it mandatory for us to be here IRL to access the trust. So, what are you gonna do with your money? Buy a little cabin, rescue a few, what the fuck? Schnoodles or doodles?
Those, like, dogs, I take it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a taupe. This is still Buttercup?
Yeah, I'm
not
gonna
a
say,
total
like...
cliche.
I don't think this is... Because, like, why would Buttercup be saying, yeah? Yeah, like...
Holiday, aside from a holiday tag, yeah. Is that a typo? But it still says continued. Like, if it was a mistake, they wouldn't append the continued.
Maybe it's like a
on each
beat.
time.
It might be a beat.
Yeah.
But it's
I'm not a
weird.
total cliche. I'm not gonna have chickens, too.
Suddenly look out the windows, alarmed. What the fuzzy lumpkins? Okay, you have been using horrifically... Like, this is where a lot of things get it wrong. If you use curse words and then you have characters soften one type of curse word over another, it takes you out of the moment. It's like she literally just said rip shit like a page ago.
Insane oddball. Bubbles. There is no beating Salem.
We see a mob of people gathered near Powerpuff Girls' shouted house. Some are the press, some are carry signs that say things like "No violence in Townsville." A scant few are fans.
But Dad alerted the press.
This is Utonium's house. Day. The sisters get out of the Uber. A small crowd surrounds them, yelling questions. Are you here to start trouble, etc. Journalist. Are the Powerpuff Girls re-teaming?
Hell no! I'm not camping for Townsville ever again. Capping? I'm not capping for Townsville ever again. I'm here to collect a debt, then I'm out.
Throttle down, Boo. Your Chem X is showing.
Caping is the word, I think.
Yeah.
Like putting on a cape.
Okay.
Who is
I see.
this? Reveal a cute little girl standing at the front door. Henrietta, I guess. Who wants to be Henrietta?
I'll be Henrietta.
Hello, I'm Henrietta. I'm a huge fan. Blossom is my favorite. All of you are feminist icons.
How old is this girl? A cute little girl. I would imagine like less than 9 years old, right?
Sure.
Bubbles. Thank you, cutie.
Can I have a hug?
Bubbles leans down to hug Henrietta. Buttercup notices a large furry caterpillar on Henrietta's shoulder, arcing up towards Bubbles' ear. She instinctively swats the caterpillar into the bushes. Henrietta bursts into tears in full panic.
That was my pet Gloria.
Buttercup begins to mumble an apology as, Daddy! Camera shutters clicks as Drake opens the door and greets his daughters. Bubbles hugs him. Ace films.
Girls!
Buttercup strides past Drake inside the house.
Dad, why'd you call the press? Oh, sorry.
I'm just like, wait, what was that whole caterpillar thing doing? Was it like, was the caterpillar like going to like mind control her?
Brain slug her?
Yeah.
I think so. They weren't really subtle with the foreshadowing. If Henrietta was the short stuff from Mojo Jojo's phone.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
As Drake shuts the door behind Buttercup and Bubbles.
Dad, why'd you call the press? Blossom's gonna freak out, and this is the last thing we need is another crack in her bell jar.
Blossom's fine. I saw on her Insta that she has a boyfriend. I saw on her LinkedIn that she got promoted, and I saw on her Facebook that she still talks to Grandpa despite their political differences.
Coming back here is probably triggering for her.
Why? Because she's the one who killed
that caterpillar,
Mojo?
by the way. Guys, caterpillars in chat, bugs in chat.
Yes, caterpillars in chat. Also frogs. Frogs in chat. Why? Because she's the one who killed...
I think Sarah's listening, but I'm not sure.
The one who killed Mojo?
She's driving.
I mean, moveon.org. Jesus Christ.
Best line in any show, honestly. Moveon.org.
Oh, see? We hear a chair squeak? It's...
How dare she be traumatized?
Oh,
I mean, like, get over it, right?
It's Blossom sitting at the kitchen table. Awkward. Ace turns to Drake, extends his hand. I'm Ace, Virgo Management. Drake shakes his hand and Blossom rises to greet her sisters.
Mirror.
Buttercup and Bubbles come in for a long, strong group hug. Drake watches them, pleased. Then he turns to Ace, who has temporarily lowered his camera to observe the reunion.
You getting this?
I kind of like Ace here. I kind of like the idea that Ace is like, I'm going to give him a moment. Like, that's kind of... And, like, Drake's...
Yeah.
I don't like that Drake's an asshole. Like, come on.
I kind of do. It's not like Professor Utonium, but it makes for a new dynamic with the, like, you know, who would like profiteer off of having superhero children.
I mean, I kind of like that they gave him a name. This is not Professor Utonium. His name is not Drake. This is just Drake.
This is the Light Turner of of Powerpuff Girls.
Do you guys think that MoveOn.com was taken already?
That's a good question.
That would be fucking hilarious.
The sisters sit on one side of the dinner table, Drake on the other. The room is full of birthday balloons. Ace films.
Can't believe you girls are 25. Wow, just 3 Bs back in Townsville. It'll be nice to catch up, huh?
Blossom is looking at the red phone on display in a glass case like a museum piece. She starts downing a glass of wine.
Yes.
I need a glass of wine.
And it'll be nice to collect the money we sold our childhoods for. When do we sign? You loved being a Powerpuff Girl.
It's not like we had a choice.
Bloss, you loved it. You were always the first one out the door when the alarm went off.
Yes, the alarm. I'm sure there's no use for it now that the scariest thing in Townsville is Hobby Lobby. Actually, I didn't want to bring this up yet, but I have a reason to believe that a darkness may be returning. Oh my god, is Professor Utonium actually responsible for all the monsters?
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Dad, you don't mean like...
Monsters? Blossom begins to hyperventilate. It's a panic attack.
I think the city may need the Powerpuff Girls again. He is a fucking twat.
Off Blossom, losing consciousness.
Plus,
I hate to keep bringing it up, but this reminds me of the other Pokemon fan fictions I read, where they just give characters PTSD, and it's like Lily, which like yeah, but also like it's a little funny.
Yeah.
They did that in the manga, and it's like.
In Henrietta, so Henrietta is
Yeah.
evil because we're in her lair.
Yeah.
In an apartment. Wait, no, it's not a lair. It's an apartment. We see Henrietta seated at a child-sized desk. She repairs the woolly bear caterpillar we saw Buttercup swat away earlier. The caterpillar is a robot, revealing there are hundreds of robo-pillars crawling around the room. Henrietta cranks the volume on her record player. Neighbor. Hey, turn it down!
Sorry, Mr. Carruthers.
Henrietta pushes one of her woolly bears through a wall vent. Apartment directly below, night. Mr. Carruthers, Henrietta's neighbor, 50s, watches UFC on his couch. The woolly bear emerges from his vent and traverses across the couch cushions before crawling into his ear. Mr. Carruthers shakes his head at first, then quickly settles into his new normal, a strange yellow glint in his eyes. Glowworm continues to play faintly as we end Act 1. Act 2.
Also, it's Carruthers.
That's like not a terrible setup because like the bug was reaching towards Bubbles' ear. That's like
Yeah. And like the thing is, like having the super saccharine sweet like little girl being like evil, that's perfectly in line with Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
I'm also super glad that they didn't drag that out.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is obvious, guys. You hit us with the what was it, short stack? And then you hit us with the little girl, and then the bug, and then, yeah, no, I'm glad they didn't drag it out. Glad they just like, yep, no, you called it. You called it like 5 minutes ago.
Meanwhile, on the kitchen floor, Blossom's out cold. Bubbles and Buttercup hover over her.
Bloss, wake up. Leak your nudes everywhere. Well, that worked once. That worked on you once.
Bubbles nods, remembering and thinks, closes her eyes. Grew up in a small town, and when the rain would fall down, I'd just stare out my window.
Please, not breakaway.
It's working!
Dreaming of what it could be, and if I'd end up happy, I would pray I would break away. Oh, they're singing.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the song. Oh man, that is a very time period specific song.
I would break away. That's awesome.
Okay, I'm up.
Too late.
I'll spread my wings and I'll learn to fly.
Wait,
so
It
touch
takes
the
until I
sky.
touch the sky.
God. This is... Oh, I know. Let's treat her like... Alright, it's already stupid enough that she's having this random flashback of just the idea. But okay, we'll assume that this is accurate for her trauma. Alright, she passes out. You wake her up with the power of goofy songs and comedy?
Yes.
Sure.
It's funny. It's funny because there's contrast. That's what comedy.
Subversion of expectation.
Moopa, shout out to Kelly Clarkson. That's who sang it, yeah.
The girls are interrupted by the Monster Mash playing downstairs, off their confusion. Interior Powerpuff Girl Drake's lab night. Sisters find Drake dancing in front of a PowerPoint eating a Go-Gurt. He accidentally drips some on his shirt. They literally just cast Turk. This is literally just Turk. Like, you could see, like, yeah, but how much money are we going to make?
Sorry, girls. I have a condition where if I see someone faint, I faint, so I had to grab some sugar. Notices the Go-Gurt stain. Now, would you look at that? Take a seat, please. I made cocoa.
Bubbles happily sits. Buttercup and Blossom take a beat. You mean a seat. That's a typo.
Damn.
I do love that cocoa.
I love family time.
Drake shuts the door with a remote as the girls sit. On the PowerPoint, a graph with various squiggly lines.
As you girls, may not know, I've been monitoring supernatural evil activity here in Townsville ever since you left. Mostly, it's a load of dead ends and conspiracies until this morning when I saw this.
Drake pulls up a picture of a missing kitten poster posted on Nextdoor. Blossom squints. Buttercup rolls her eyes.
Guys, social media, it's modern.
Cute. I want it in a frame.
Sorry, a wrong thread. Bear with me. Types for a moment. Here we are.
Drake pulls up another Nextdoor thread titled "Is anyone else is anyone else's internet fucked?" with several complaints below.
Yeah, this makes a lot more sense. My dear Buttercup, it's not the what, but the why. I investigated and the providers are not to blame. There's no explanation for why this cluster of people in a 2-block radius don't have... This group of people in a 2-block radius doesn't have working internet? Huh? Shouldn't that be don't?
There's no explanation for why this cluster of people in the 2-block radius, don't have... Yeah, this is another typo.
Yeah. For a mysterious, unusual concentration of high frequency technology nearby, suggesting evidence of a secret evil laboratory. So evil gets underlined and man gets bolded. I see your game.
Bubbles gasps with excitement.
He's just talking about my internet.
That might be scary if you didn't say it like a cruise ship MC. The reach of this outage suggests some pretty heavy-duty tech, so I didn't want to get too close. Too close? Undermanned, or should I say, undergirled? You shouldn't.
So you want us to go see if there's an evil lab based on a thread from Nextdoor about spotty internet?
Uh-huh. And and you're sure this evidence isn't something you staged in order to drum up a comeback for us? Honey, you think I would lie to you? Yes, you lie all the time.
You evil straight white man.
Black man.
Oh, he's black in that?
Yeah, he's played by Turk from Scrubs.
Ah.
Blossom.
Remember when you let that colossal gopher out during sweeps?
That was one time. We're in a ratings hole. And we ended up in a literal hole created by a giant gopher who tried to kill us with a tree trunk. Now that was good TV. Okay, well, I'm gonna pass.
Same.
Drake pouts and Bubbles stands up, turns to her sisters. Guys, how can you turn down an evil recon mission? Especially when said Mish would make a perfect storyline for my documentary.
The
Bubbles
Mish
is back.
Not to be confused with your other film, Bubbles on Her Back.
Get it? Because she's the party girl. Come on, it'll be fun. Plus, we haven't hung out in like a decade. I really miss us. Please.
We do have a day to kill before we get our monies. And maybe there'll be something for me to beat up.
Totally.
Oh, okay, that's...
Blossom, evil recon Mish? Sister looked at Blossom. She looks away, ashamed.
I think I'm just gonna take a nap.
Buttercup rolls her eyes. Bubbles takes on a deep breath. Grew up in a small town.
Forget it, Bubs. Let's just let her just go have boring phone sex with her pasty boyfriend.
An evil white man.
Girls, don't fight about... how about Buttercup goes with Bubbles and Blossom stays here with me? We haven't had any QT since you got home.
Blossom shuts her eyes, takes a deep breath. When she opens them, she sees a young Blossom examining chemicals in the background.
You can do this. It's just Dad.
Blossom eyes the Go-Gurt stain on Drake's shirt. Cut 2. Interior, Blossom's rental cart. Blossom drives. Stupid... I don't know why it keeps thinking that I'm talking to it. Stupid phone. I love you, phone, but stop. I'm not talking to you.
Only work when I need you to work. God damn it.
Blossom drives. Buttercup is in front. Bubbles in the back with Ace, examining Drake's stats with an iPad while Ace films. Okay, so this potential evil lab Dad found is somewhere between Donut Thing and the volcano. Oh, that's interesting.
No, it's not. No one cares.
The Kano's owned by the Rowdy Rough Boys, 3 brothers who were a failed spin-off version of us.
Except they had no superpowers, and they all got... What? Lou Pearlman Ed?
Who's Lou Pearlman?
It's funny because it's a reference.
It is?
Something.
Who's
Just
Lou
something.
Pearlman?
Something. Lou Pearlman. Lou Pearlman. Who's Lou Pearlman?
Lou Pearlman is an American record producer. He was the creator of the Backstreet Boys, and he was accused of one of the largest and longest running Ponzi schemes in U.S. history.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, you're ruining the Rowdy Rough Boys now too. I love the Rowdy Rough Boys. They were fun. If the Rowdy Rough Boys have turned evil in hopes of rebooting their franchise and we stop them, then maybe Townsville will want us back. Blossom exhales deeply. Buttercup turns towards Bubbles.
But let me tell you something. When we got outlawed by Townsville for accidentally killing a madman and then unceremoniously ditched by Blossom, I was pissed.
Blossom sits in her seat, guilty and annoyed at the dig.
But it forced me to reevaluate my life, and I realized how exhausted I was defending myself against misogynist morons pretending I was straight for the cameras. It was so fun when it was about fighting baddies, but it changed.
Guys, she's not like other girls.
Blossom.
Pretending she was straight for the cameras. What a fucking...
Oh man, Blossom.
Yeah, it did.
Do you guys think JoJo would do an interview for my doc?
Yeah, no, I don't think he would because of the whole we killed his dad thing.
Bloss, maybe you can ask for me. I bet he's still obsessed with you.
He was never obsessed with me.
Yeah, he was. I bet he still is, but in a kinky way. Ooh, that's a good space.
Interior, the Volcano Day. An American dive bar. No! Okay. There was a volcano in the center of town that Mojo's lab was on top of. They changed it to a dive bar.
It's gritty and realistic.
What is grittier than having an actual volcano in the center of your town? Maybe there's still a volcano and there's just also a bar named after the volcano.
If we're lucky. An American dive bar. Buttercup, Blossom, Bubbles, and Ace enter to find the volcano popping. A picture of Rowdy Rough Boys, Brick, Boomer, and Butch hangs on the walls. Here's an interesting observation. If you go back and watch the original CW Arrow, the first season, literally every single episode has some sort of party scene in it. Some sort of like big club scene or big party that has a crowd of a bunch of people. I think there's actually a CW mandate about like the number of parties that you have to have. I don't know what it is, but like CW just loves big club settings.
I mean, considering that they mentioned like Hypnotic by name, do you think they have like a like brand deal with alcohols? Like they also mentioned Cristal. Like, do you think they might like the CW might be like having like alcohol product placement that they like have to do?
Yeah, and maybe like because like the music they mentioned, they probably get licensing and they probably have like agreements based on that licensing.
You think it would cost more to license music?
The whole like turning the volcano into a dive bar is like, I know I keep this all like I know I keep referencing like fanfic tropes, but when they'll do like a modern AU and a fanfic and they'll turn like the location of all the characters into something super like inane, like a college or something, or
coffee shop, college, Beacon Academy,
the coffee shop.
Yeah, it's either Beacon Coffee Shop or Beacon University or Beacon High School, which when you get down to like how that directly translates, it never quite fits. It's really weird.
Sure.
So hangs on the walls. Here you
go.
Butch, now a super hot bartender. I love that's his description, just super hot.
Super hot bartender.
Remember guys, men bad unless you can objectify them.
They're probably still bad, honestly.
Gives Buttercup and Blossom big hugs. Butch gets to Bubbles and frowns. Standoffish.
Oh, William Wismer actually has an explanation. It's partially due to cross-promotion. Lots of the songs played in those scenes are owned by the same company that owns the production.
Ah, cool. That makes sense. Where's my hug? Who wants to be Butch?
I guess I'll be Butch. I'll be the super hot bartender. It's so relatable and easy role to slip into. Last time I saw you, you broke off our engagement and told me you'd pawned the ring for drugs.
He's the bad girl.
Was that you? Oh my god, Bubbles. They ruined Bubbles. Buttercup elbows her.
Have a drink with us. We're never here, and we never will be again. Okay, one shot.
Oh, duels for me, please. Thank you. Yeah, there's so much product placement. Butch leaves to grab them drinks. Buttercup makes eyes with a hot girl across the bar, Macy.
Aren't we here to investigate?
I'm here to pick up bi-curious townies. You're here to avoid Drake. Bubbles is here to investigate, but she'll forget. She'll forget Butch hates her. Luckily, we're dealing with another hate boner, so alcohol helps.
Buttercup is a Kinsey one who makes out with girls to impress men at parties and then posts about WLW discourse on TikTok.
Speaking of, this following line. Blossom.
Why do you know so much about hate boners?
Blossom. You there, Mollie?
Oh.
I said my line.
She said her line. Yeah, it might cut out for you. Fatman, can you hear me?
Did we get disconnected?
No, I'm still here.
Yeah, can you hear Fatman? Can you hear us? Hello.
Are we?
Can you just type in chat that we can hear him?
Guys?
Fatman?
I don't think I can hear you.
Fatman! Fatman! Bum bum.
Are we? Hold on. Are we connected? I need to stop watching the stream first.
Fatman, you there? Hello?
Something? Say something?
Hello, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right,
okay.
We could hear you. We could hear you just fine.
Okay, that's...
Yeah,
that's
Mollie said her line.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Life is one big hate boner. Okay, that's a good line. I like it. Unironically. That's amazing.
At a table, Blossom, Buttercup, and Bubbles throw back their shots.
Remember our 15th birthday when we are at that weird honky-tonk?
Bubbles peed herself. You threw a carrot top out a window, and Sarah picked us up at 3 a.m. Never told Dad.
You threw a carrot top?
Just carrot top.
You know, one of them. I can't believe they used to have sex. Can you imagine Drake? I bet he's so mechanical.
And weirdly precise.
This is how young women talk. They talk about
their fathers.
Yeah.
But,
They talk about their fathers. This
generous.
is so accurate.
I bet he's generous. Blossom and Buttercup throw napkin trash at Bubbles.
No, Phil.
No, filth. Not okay.
No, that should have happened when someone broached the idea of your father having sex. That should be the reaction then.
Yeah, not the idea that he's a generous lover. Like, they're talking about it, and it's just like, no, I think he's good at it.
All the sisters crack up. By the bar, the sisters kick back another round of shots. Bubbles flirts with Butch, who softens considerably. Bubbles nods to a door marked "Do not enter." What's in there?
That's top secret.
It's like an evil laboratory. Butch laughs it off. Bubbles eyes the room, dying to get in. You have X-ray vision.
Maybe not in this reboot.
No, they mentioned it. They mentioned
did?
the X-ray vision. I thought.
Oh well, shit.
Blossom waits.
Maybe
for
the door's made of lead, and that's why she's.
This is the problem with CW. They always forget the powers of their people. They always do, or they give them random powers on the fly that just never come up again. Blossom waits for a drink, watching a Bitmoji from Clive.
Modern.
Call me, love you.
He's gonna be like evil. He's because men bad.
Yeah, or he's gonna turn out
die.
He's gonna turn out to be gay.
Or die.
Or die.
Don't forget about die.
Or he's cheating on her.
Well, I mean that falls under the umbrella of evil, I would say.
Yeah.
He's either going to be an antagonist or die.
Well, no, cheating doesn't fall into evil, or else Buttercup would be evil.
No, for men.
Oh, right. Blossom smiles, puts her phone away, then notices young Blossom on a bar stool beside her, sucking down a Go-Gurt. What's with Go-Gurt? I guess they have a Go-Gurt.
They have a Go-Gurt deal. I hope labels always to camera. Unless this is like Diablo Cody being silly, and they're gonna have to like get like generic brand tube yogurt into the show.
Yeah. Young
Get
Blossom.
it. You're having fun. You always have fun when you're with them.
Blossom takes in her surroundings, her sisters. She is having fun. As Blossom savors the moment, Carthur's, can I buy you a drink? Young Blossom disappears. Blossom turns to find Henrietta's neighbor, Carruthers?
Carruthers.
Carruthers.
Yeah, it's an old-timey name.
Blossom smiles and tries to leave, but Carruthers pushes a stool in front of her with a loud scrape. I said...
Mufas says, what fucking adult eats Go-Gurt? I eat Go-Gurt.
Can I buy you a drink? Buttercup notices Carruthers stepping up to Blossom as Blossom clocks the faint yellow glint in his eyes.
What's going on here?
Carruthers turns to Buttercup, then looks back at Blossom. Aren't you those Powerpuff Girls? A Powderpuff.
Powerpuff. No, D. Like you? What?
Because he's at Powderpuff.
Powderpuff. Oh, no D. Like you.
Carruthers grabs Buttercup's arm. Blossom eyes go wide.
That sounds like an idea that someone's had for a edgy Powerpuff Girls line since 2003.
Yeah. On Bubbles, making out with Butch against the wall, trying to inch her way closer to the do not enter room, just as Carruthers sails across the room, bursting through the do not enter door. Bubbles peeks her head inside. It's a supply closet filled with storage and pesticides. Exterior Volcano, night. Buttercup, Blossom, and Ace walk out. Butch physically carries out a flailing Bubbles. Stop it! I'm an American treasure! Butch leaves. Bubbles hisses at him, turns to Buttercup. Dude, not cool.
What? He was a creep. And Blossie's was full deer in the headlights. Blossie? Alright.
He had a weird glint. I was trying to suss it out.
Among Us.
Amogus.
I hope the little music sting is from Among Us is there when she says that.
I mean, that's like a real thing people say, but
yeah, but I still want the music sting there.
I'm still rocking over. There's that guy that made the fan music for What If Among Us got into Smash, and it's just so damn catchy. If like he remixed the entire like a game with like 12 sounds total, he just remixed it into like this really bopping tune. It's great.
Oh, Davey504 did a similar thing.
I'm trying to think. It was that there was the animation that some Japanese guy did where it was imposter in Smash.
Everyone in chat just Amogus.
Among Us.
Among Us. Was that an Among Us emoji?
The Among Us glyphs.
Okay. What's there to suss out? His botched cataract surgery?
Why do you keep coming at me? Like, I get it. I screwed up.
Ooh.
Bubbles screwed up.
We got a super chat from Anime Guy. Was this written by a modern feminist from Helgen?
I don't know what Helgen is, but it was written by Diablo Cody, so I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Feminist from Portland.
That's it. Feminist from... Oh, okay.
What's there to suss out? Is botched cataract surgery?
We already said that.
No, Bubbles screwed up, like, constantly. You left.
I'm sorry, okay? What more do you want from me?
Where's this coming from?
Want the old... I would imagine, like, 20 years of not having a real sisterly relationship.
I guess. All right, I didn't interrupt you.
I want the old Blossom.
Buttercup becomes...
By which I mean the young Blossom.
Bubbles nods to Ace to film.
I miss it when you weren't traumatized.
You used to boss us around and have perspective and care. You were our leader, and now you're this weak, closed off, mopey
loser. Blossom.
You know what I think? I think I'm the only one here that actually grew up, and neither of you can handle it. Because you're still beating people up in bars like you did when you were 15, and Bubbles is wearing knee socks on Hollywood Boulevard.
Why is she in bars at 15?
Bubbles,
It's
stop
some Yahoo
filming!
shit.
Buttercup charges Bubbles and Ace to try and get them to shut off the camera. Bubbles steps to her, protecting the camera.
Stop whoring out our lives.
You guys bungled the investigation. You dysfunctional is all I. Your dysfunction. I was like, you guys bungled the investigation. Your dysfunction is all I have. As Bubbles and Buttercup circle each other, Blossom notices a Razor scooter charging station across the street. Blossom grabs the iPad from her car, checks Drake's numbers.
Hey guys,
Bubbles' eyes go frosty as she drops into her ice breath mode.
Ice me, and you're going in the dumpster.
guys! I think this is the unusual concentration of high frequency technology Drake was talking about.
Keep saying Drake.
Blossom points to the Razor scooters. Buttercup laughs.
Oh my god. See, Bubs, he's a sad, lonely quack. Let's go.
Buttercup heads to the car. Bubbles sighs, looks to Ace. Let's go, let's get some B-roll, I guess. Bubbles looks over Ace's shoulder as he films the charging station at the base of an apartment complex. 3 floors up, we see a figure watching Bubbles and Ace from their window. Interior, Henrietta's lair, night. Reveal, Henrietta... Wait, her apartment is right across... I guess it would make sense. They're yeah, okay, never mind.
If it's close enough to, like, confuse the sensors. Yeah. Sure, why not?
Reveal, Henrietta watching them leave. Her evil lair is directly... It's an apartment. Is above the charging station and is the source of the energy that Drake identified. Henrietta turns back inside, surprised to find JoJo sitting in an armchair.
Do you break into homes of all the little girls you hire to do your evil bidding?
JoJo notices a woolly bear on his arm, flicks it off. Just the ones who've murdered their parents. Less red tape. How's progress?
You know, ups and downs.
JoJo eyes Henrietta, less than thrilled with her response. The Powerpuff Girls collect their trust fund in 12 hours. That's how long you have to put 3 of these little bugs in their brains so I can control their minds. Make them throw a school bus of kids into the river.
And save the day, cementing your re-election. I know the playbook, Joj. And I love it aside of the saving kids part. But I just sent my boy Carruthers on a mission, and it was no bueno.
Reveal Carruthers
no,
on
no
Henrietta's
joke.
couch.
Joj is what I refer to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure as.
How did Carruthers get here so fast? Like, he was at the bar last we checked.
It's right across the street, though.
Yeah, but, like, they came out and walked away, then we immediately went up to the apartment.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the bug gives him superpowers.
Maybe.
Maybe the secret broom closet entrance in the bar exits into her apartment.
Let's see. They were banned from doing fighting crime in Townsville. What stopped them from doing hero work in other cities? Absolutely nothing. So why Buttercup was hiding her identity in Oregon, I don't know.
I mean, she just didn't want... If she wanted to get out from under the personality, the cult of personality surrounded by the Powerpuff Girls.
I guess. But
she
was kind of like, she was enjoying it.
It's about child stars. Remember
yeah.
Britney Spears?
All right, Henrietta continued.
The mission was to try to get a bug in Blossom's ear, but instead we started a fight with Buttercup. Didn't we? Didn't we? I need to do more testing.
You have 12 hours, or I make you eat every single one of these bugs and turn you into the FBI, and you become the youngest person to ever be executed in America. Got it? Holy shit!
What state is Townsville in?
It's Townsville. Actually, that would be interesting, because there is that scene that they showed the ticket for Spirit Airlines. I wonder if it shows what state it's in.
Yeah, or if it just says Townsville, USA.
I mean, if she commits a federal crime, then it would be... You wouldn't turn her into the FBI if it wasn't a federal crime.
Yeah. Or if it wasn't political. Henrietta's
Is there a federal death penalty, though?
Yes, there is,
Yeah.
actually. It just got it just got reinstated. Or the first person to be executed under federal just got as pleasant a subject that is. It's an interesting one. That it just came back into efficacy effectively. Henry is speechless, but clearly gets the message. Jojo heads for the door, tripping on a pair of shoes. He fears he looks stupid. He does, so he calls out angrily behind him. 12 hours! Like, does she not realize that she suddenly has a bunch of ammunition on him if he tries to do that? Like, I've never understood this. By extorting someone, you automatically lower yourself to the similar rate of risk as the person you're extorting. Like, you have to be very careful with it. Because, like, they can easily turn around and say, yeah, I was being extorted by this person. I'll take a plea deal in order to expose this person.
Fun.
Yeah. CW Powerpuff Girls home, Drake's lab. Bubble films Drake as they dig deeper into Drake's theory.
Don't see how I could be wrong. The evidence doesn't lie.
Blossom enters, quietly helping herself to a coffee.
No, but sometimes people do.
Why would I lie about something like this?
Because you want us to reunite, Dad, and you know that appealing to my sense of responsibility with this town in danger thing is the only way to get me on board. Gosh, Dad.
Oh, speaking of dangerous, this crazy dude came for Bloss and Buttercup in the volcano. He had Scorpio energy. Chaotic. We got it on tape. Want to see? All right, that actually that felt that felt like a Bubbles line, because Bubbles was all about like the new age stuff. We hear a loud bump.
Scorpio
upstairs.
energy.
The word chaotic has been ruined for me because the only people I know who describe themselves as chaotic, the most chaotic thing they do is procrastinate on homework and smoke weed.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm so chaotic right now.
Blossom jumps.
So I'm so quirky and just unpredictable. Does the same thing every night.
Yeah. Will I get my assignments done on time? I don't know.
We hear a loud bump upstairs. Blossom jumps. Pop flash to Carruthers scraping the stool. His menacing yellow eyes. Back to Blossom.
What was that?
As Bubble pulls up the footage, Blossom silently exits. Drake watches her leave and turns to Bubbles.
What did I do to drive her away?
Just now, or in a macro sense?
Bubbles, not a day goes by that I don't regret my greatest failure.
Japan is a tough market to crack. All right, I like that line, unironically.
I'm not talking about the brand. I mean my mistakes as a father.
Look, we loved being Powerpuff Girls, but sometimes we wanted to be other things too. Like in Dirty Dancing, Baby just wanted to join the Peace Corps, but she also wanted to be a fancy slut, and her dad didn't get it.
Gary Orbach was doing his best to understand. Why did they put, like, emotional on that line? Like, why did they put the inflection on, like, that one specific line?
Think in terms of Turk. Like, this is written for Turk. This is...
Sure.
Yeah, so he's like, Jerry Orbach was doing his best to understand. Like, that kind of inflection.
Yeah.
Blossom heads upstairs where the bumping sound continues from Buttercup's room, then abruptly stops. Blossom opens the door and finds Buttercup in bed with Macy, the woman she eyed at the bar the night before. They've just finished.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
It's fine. We're done, right?
I'd say 6 times is enough.
Guys, lesbians who are unfaithful and just constantly try to pick up everyone and have no respect for boundaries. Those are the cool ones to look up to.
Bubbles and Drake enter on
Haley Kiyoko, guys.
Bubbles and Drake enter on Blossom's heels.
I want to point out there's a Haley Kiyoko interview where she says verbatim, "I love girls. I love them, and I need to make them mine," or something to that effect. It's like, hold on, I need to like pull it up because I know I've sent it to my friends.
Were you trying to get a high five from the interviewer? Like, hey!
Finished what? What do you think, Nami Nom Noms?
Oh no, the line was, "I love women, I love them, and they need to love me back."
Oh god.
So guys, how many like dead bodies do we find in Haley Kyoko's basement?
My question is, like, what guy, like, if a guy said that, you would not let him get away with it. No one would.
No.
I wouldn't. I slapped the shit out of that guy, and I want to slap the shit out of her. That is horrific.
They need to love me back.
They
Love
need
me!
Bubbles and Drake.
Just a normal thing for a healthy person to say.
Bubbles and Drake enter in on Blossom's heels. Blossom.
Guys, no.
It's
Sorry,
fine.
I'm traumatized from the scene we just witnessed.
It's fine. I'm not remotely ashamed. I'm just getting my life, people. And tonight, I finally get access to my trust, and I never have to come back to Clownsville again.
Wow.
What about me?
You should come with me. The 3 acres of farm and chickens.
Bubbles. U-Haul. U-Haul?
U-Haul? Is that a thing?
Is that like?
Is that what the kids
That's the
are
joke.
saying
That's
nowadays?
the joke that what does a lesbian bring to a second date? A U-Haul
Oh,
Oh, okay. All right.
or to a first date or something. But
like they the thing that gets me about this script, and I think there's a lot that's workable about it. I don't like what they've done to Utonium, and that like that's the one thing that they need to seriously rework.
oh, girlfriend in check, guys. Send frogs. Send frogs.
Sand frogs, but like they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. Where she is this flippant lesbian badass bitch, but they're also making fun of her for it. But they're playing it straight. It's like you can't, or are they playing it gay? Feels like a joke they would make. Anyway, regardless, it's really this is not good. Like it's funny, but it's also just like killing itself to be funny.
Again, every time they make a gay joke, imagine if it was a straight person, and if it isn't funny, it's not funny here either.
I don't know. No. I find that like, I mean, you can make fun of anyone. It's how you make fun of them that matters. And like,
but they're not like making fun of. They're like it's like you're saying they're trying to, but they're also like, isn't she cool? And she's not like other girls. She makes a woman finish 6 times because she's so cool. She could pick up any girl she wants. Like, it's so weird.
God, I hope more scripts from this series leak. If it gets picked up and get more, I would love to read these.
I hope we get 10 seasons.
Yeah, this is the kind of cringe. Like, this is Batwoman levels of enjoyable. It's great. All right,
this
so
is
Drake.
I mean, like, I don't know about you, but I will watch this show.
Remember the CW Batwoman show where this girl like isn't there an episode where a girl tries to like kill thousands of people? There's like she tries to commit like an actual terrorist attack, and then Batwoman's like, "Guys, don't arrest her. People bullied her.
Yeah,
she's gay. She's
she comes back as a hero later. She comes back to help them later in a different episode. It's like, you only tried to literally gas your entire prom. Okay, we're just gonna let that slide.
We all make mistakes. Some of us, we bully a kid. Some of us, we pull a prank that's not funny. Some of us try to kill hundreds of people. It's just teenage things,
All water under the bridge.
Yeah, sometimes you commit petty burglary in a gas station. Sometimes you try to commit mass acts of murder.
Exactly.
Okay, Drake.
Why are you acting like being here is torture? I didn't raise you like that. Exactly. You've raised us to be a franchise, not a family. Why don't we don't know how to be together without a shot list and suggested dialogue.
But remember how much fun we had when the cameras were off?
When were they off?
See Ace filming from the hallway. Blossom rolls her eyes.
When you're a kid, the stakes are supposed to be low. A kid should be worried about losing their lunch money or being picked last in PE. A kid shouldn't be worried about cat burglars or giant lizards or accidentally farting on TRL.
Carson handled that well. I should also mention another issue this doesn't... This direct problem of them not having a childhood and being, like, basically not being kids was already addressed in the show itself. Like, the original show had an entire episode where they literally got fed up with being heroes. They sat on a cloud all day getting, suntanned, and they had the entire city of Townsville defend themselves for a bit. And they ended up...
That was a great episode.
That was a great episode. It was a wonderful episode because, like, they just accidentally killed the monster, but they were so fucking stupid about it. Like, you understood that these people needed someone to protect them because they were so rock stupid.
Yeah.
But, like, this is just... I don't... Like, this is, like, doing that, but worse.
Well, they're trying to make a whole series out of it.
Lighting in my hand goes, "You have been convicted with domestic terrorism. How do you plead? Gay. Queered of all charges."
Queered of all charges!
That's some Kevin Spacey level shit right there.
Oh, yeah, but, there's less murder of all your accusers. Yeah.
Queered of all charges.
It is weird how Kevin Spacey has been accused by, like, 7 different kids or, like, 20 different kids, and almost all of them have wound up mysteriously dead. Oh.
Mysteriously dead. And now he's starting a show where he's fucking playing a guy who's falsely accused of being a pedophile. What the fuck?
Yeah. All right, you're up, Molly.
There was always something scary around the corner. It wasn't normal. We never had space to process it. I'm learning therapy terms. You said you created us because you always wanted to be a dad, so why not just make 3 little girls? That was the point. It was an accident. But you retcon that.
Well, that would be kind of weird. What?
Like, it's the super science fiction version of adoption. You literally just tube grow some children. That's not a problem. Blossom shakes her head, frustrated with Drake's response.
I'm late to acro yoga. It's kind of like flying.
That's a lie. No gay person has ever done... No gay woman has ever done yoga.
Oh, that's fun. Call me.
Blossom.
I'm out of here, too.
Right, you've spent a total of 10 minutes with us and you're already a ghost? Where are you going?
I need to talk to a human being who understands emotions.
The only thing that's going through my head is the Volume 8 scene of Robin just going up to Crow and saying, "You are hurting."
I'm a known Homo sapien.
Like, this is what happens if Turk divorced his wife after Scrubs and, like, went on to be like, "Oh man, she took the kids. I want kids now. I'm going to become a super scientist." And this is literally what happens. This is literally just Turk. Drake is an anagram of Turk somehow.
If you change all the letters and put them in a different order.
A charming
When
bungalow.
a Jack goes, "Me, a gay woman who does yoga." I'm sorry, I was trying to make a bad joke. It's like when Sarah was explaining Glee to me, and she's like, "Yeah," and then the 2 cheerleaders fall in love. I'm like, no gay woman's ever been a cheerleader. Shut up.
Muba, we are literally on the cusp of, like, the artificial womb. So, like, yeah, you just tube grow some children. That's going to be a thing one day.
Children from tubes.
A charming bungalow. Blossom rings the doorbell. Sarah Bellum, now an attractive redhead in her 40s, answers the door. All right, I'm going to put some brakes on there. Redheads typically don't age the best. Attractive 40-year-old redhead.
That's where I draw the line.
You're hitting some unlikelihoods here.
And
I should know,
your face.
Being a redhead runs in my family. Although, to be fair, I guess one of my aunts actually, she looks rather good, rather good. But she doesn't. She takes very good care of herself. Very an type A personality. Very much about like health and such. So she's very much very good, and even then she's kind of. I'm not going to get into my aunt about this. Who wants to play Sarah?
Lossie, I didn't think you would actually come.
Hey, Sarah.
Blossom meets Sarah for a hug.
You still wear the same perfume. Britney Spears circus fantasy.
Blossom and Sarah sit in the cozy den, drink tea, and catch up. Sarah's demeanor is warm. She's an earthy big sister type.
This is why guys are checking out of dating? What?
What was that in response to?
Because
Except for the $2, what was that in response to?
Was it just
yeah, I like.
script?
There's so much lag on the stream. I don't know. Yeah, no, this entire script is the reason why guys are checking out on dating.
There's a whole myriad of reasons that guys are checking out on dating. I don't think we've covered like just one in this thing. Speak for yourself. I mean, fair. It could just be like it could just be from the kind of redhead, the adult redheads I've run into. I say I'm.
I was hoping to see all of you. Are my other bees just busy?
No, I just really needed to talk to someone one-on-one. When we're together, it's like we're suddenly kids again, and it just gets
emotional. Yeah, I get it. You girls had a gnarly childhood. I used to fight with your dad about how much we expected of you.
You always stood up for us. It's why I reply to your texts and not his.
Drake really does care deeply about you guys. He just didn't want to hide your light. He thought pushing you was a form of love.
Well, it didn't feel like it. We were punished for his dream.
It was your dream too. All three of you loved it. You just didn't have any agency or independence. That was his mistake. He's not a bad guy, Bloss. He can be enraging and oblivious. Trust me, I dated the man for 9 years. But he has a good heart. When he talked to me about you guys in private, it wasn't about fighting or flying. It was about all the real stuff he loved about you.
Really? It kind of sounds like you still love him.
So, Cerebellum dated the professor for 9 years, and in the scene where they were still together, they were 15? And they were born at 7. So he was dating her before he made his family. With
why didn't he?
So there's an easier way. There's an easier way to take that. Actually, I don't know.
Oh, and they were exclusive for 7 years. So, like, they became exclusive after he made the girls.
After he made the power. Oh my. What?
This is. There are so many implications here. Also, Sarah blushes.
You can see her face. No. Wrong.
Yeah, wrong already.
0 out of 10.
As the tea kettle goes off, she gets up to fetch it as Blossom looks at her phone, thinks, then types a text.
Unless her face is completely covered. And the blush happens, like, obviously on the outside of the hair. In that case, well done.
It's just like,
well played.
This is fan fiction level writing. Like, oh, she blushes. It's like, that's not... Like, how do you convey... Think about this. How do you convey blush without, like, going in, changing the makeup, or, like, CGIing something? Like to get an actor to blush through makeup? How?
I mean, there are ways. I don't know. Like, yeah. We'll see.
Bubbles and Drake sit at the kitchen table, still reviewing footage. They both wear sheet masks and are both flustered. Okay, maybe everyone's internet works, but they're hallucinating that it doesn't because of something in the water, or like
aliens.
Wait. On the footage, Bubbles spots Henrietta at the window. Bubbles continued. That same little girl we met in front of the house. Coincidence? Maybe we should look into her. She's like 10. So were you, back when many oh no, this is Drake. Sorry, I thought. Oh, I thought it was Ace. I thought it was Ace. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
No, it's Drake. It's Drake. So were you, back when many villains made the mistake of underestimating my girls.
Drake phone. It's just a phone with his face.
It's no longer Drake Utonium. It's Drake phone now.
Yeah. Buzzes with a text. It's from Blossom. Very surprised, Drake opens it, then smiles.
Your sister texted me. She said if you're still investigating, to look out for the barflies with yellow eyes.
look at that progress. Oh, I thought she said poggers, and I was gonna be like, no.
Oh, we can
Look
only
at that.
hope.
Poggers.
Look at that.
You know,
Poggers.
at some point, like if this gets like up to season 3, in season 3, that's when they'll use it when it's already 2.5 years out of date.
The jumping the shark moment is going to be when Bubbles says poggers. Maybe I can come back from this after all.
You know, once I get my money today, we can use part of my cut to go deeper with our investigation. Drake looks guilty at the mention of the money.
Right. Oh, he doesn't have money.
Yeah, he spent it all. I have to rinse.
Or maybe they were just never profitable as an industry.
Maybe. Gotta look fresh for the trust fund meeting. Bubbles skips out. Drake keeps looking at the Henrietta footage. Her face is stormy, mysterious, possibly evil. Why isn't evil underlined here?
Because it's not a man.
Henrietta surrounded by.
When's this actual show supposed to come out, by the way?
Oh, since the pilot got sent back, they have to redo it, and that means it's probably another year before we even see light or day, if it makes it that.
No.
I need
I want
more
this
of
episode too badly.
Henrietta
This is incredible.
Henrietta surrounded by
Unironically.
empties of monster energy builds more woolly bears. Jojo bursts in, impatient. Time's up, Henry.
They're not ready.
I don't care. Show me what you've got. The main event. Henrietta pulls out a box and opens the lid, revealing 3 special woolly bears. 1 blue, 1 pink, 1 green.
Oh, God. Well done.
These are designed specifically to target them and incept their minds. Blue for
Yeah, I got it. Jojo snatches the bugs from Henrietta, opens the window, and lets the woolly bears crawl out. What? They're just gonna let them... It's gonna take them days! They're caterpillars!
12 hours. 2 days.
An upbeat Bubbles gets ready. Makeup and accessories are scattered all over the vanity. The blue woolly bear... Wow! That made good fucking time! Appears on her windowsill. Bubbles pulls out a blue beanie that covers her ears and has holes for pigtails to emerge. Alright, I kind of like that. That's cute. Ski bunny mood. Alright, show. Don't. I complimented you? Don't compliment yourself.
Less than 1 line ago.
The woolly bear looks perplexed. I guess the CGI team are gonna have like little fun, I hope they have like little faces. Like if this show goes super camp, like with like goofiness, maybe I can give it some slack, but I don't know, there's so much cringe in here, guys.
They're trying to make it serious, though. They're like, oh, Blossom's PTSD.
As Blossom approaches the house, she notices the pink woolly bear crawling up her arm. She frowns, picks it off, and places it on a leaf. The woolly bear falls off the leaf and into a puddle where it short circuits. Powerpuff Girls home, kitchen, same. Buttercup is about to take a sip of black coffee when she sees the green woolly bear coiled around the cup. She yelps, flicks it down the drain, and turns off the garbage disposal. Turns on the
No.
Bubbles,
Why are they so mean to caterpillars? I like them.
Well, I think just Buttercup. Because like Blossom saw it and she like put it on a leaf.
I know. I'm talking about Buttercup. She's the hardcore bitchy lesbian.
Yeah.
But she
kills
doesn't like
things.
bugs. She doesn't like bugs. I think that's the implication. I think that's actually true from the show. I think she didn't like bugs. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's actually a consistent character trait from the show. Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup.
It was Bubbles.
No, Bubbles is
I
just
thought there was
generally...
an episode. I thought there was like an episode where they were like stuck inside one day, and there was like a cockroach, and like Buttercup used it to scare Bubbles. Like, I think that was an episode. I could be wrong. I don't think I have it backwards, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, she dislikes bugs. It's I'm seeing it in her character profile.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I thought they were giving her another reason to be edgy and violent because she's angry.
Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup.
No one turns into a butterfly. If you have to turn into a butterfly, that means I have to grow as a person. Smash.
Sit on the couch across from an attorney, Larry, as Drake stands anxiously in the corner. Larry is a typical cheap TV lawyer type. He organizes papers from a briefcase. Ace films. Everyone sits in silence.
Haven't I seen you on a bus bench?
I suppose we're both famous. Looks through papers. So we're looking about 5 apiece, right, Drake? Drake watches the girls. Bubbles pulls her beanie up from her ears, hoping she heard correctly. We see Blue Woolly Bear crawling along the couch, headed for Bubbles' ear canal. 5 million?
No way. 500,000. I mean, that feels low, but
5,000. I'm sorry.
What?
What?
Oh, that's you. Look, this isn't easy for me to say. I saw how hard you girls worked and how brave you were in all those battles, and I wanted to maximize your earnings. So I made some investments in Dogecoin. Damn it, Elon.
That would be a great way to bring that Elon joke back. Like, just keep. I guess I would probably like go defamation. But what were you gonna say, Buttercup?
Oh, what did you invest in, Dad? Well, some real estate in 2008, and fidget spinners. Have you guys heard of? Oh God,
Cronuts.
Cronuts? Have you guys heard of
Croissant
Cronuts?
donuts.
The anime guy.
God, Cronuts.
Whamsy writing, "This is bad or worse when I sent my docs."
Well,
was my writing
missed
this
the
bad or
space bar
worse?
twice, so.
Yeah. Was my writing this bad or worse when I sent my docs? You're two different types of bad. You're the inexperienced bad. Which, again, you're improving. You're making progress, buddy. Don't take that as like a... This is them trying for something and failing miserably bad.
Nah, they're not failing. I think they're just going
this is
for
them
something you
appealing
don't
to the
like.
Fatman audience bad.
Yeah, this is peak cringe. This is based cringe.
Yeah.
You either die based or live long enough to see
You
yourself
don't
be
ruin
so
someone's childhood by what you're writing, anime guy. That's the clarification. Also,
I was a
Blossom.
huge Powerpuff Girls fan, and this isn't ruining my childhood.
It's hurting me. It hurts.
Yes.
Blossom.
Well, that sounds like a you problem. Mollie, your line.
The money's gone? You knew about it? Why did you make us come out here?
Because I miss you. I love you.
So the evil lab thing was a lie.
No. I truly believe disaster is imminent. You are mentally ill. This is why I don't call her visit.
She picks up a vase. Drake instinctively ducks and cowers.
I'm sorry, Buttercup.
Buttercup hauls off with the vase as if to throw it when a chair crashes through the window. Reveal Bubbles, Hulk-level furious, is the one who threw the chair. What about me? As she angrily gesticulates, she unwittingly flings off the woolly bear. Larry drops the briefcase and runs. The woolly bear heads for Bubbles again, crawling up her leg. I always believed in you and defended you, Dad, even when you sold away our likenesses to that cartoon, which, by the way, totally whitewashed us even then. I had your back. Okay. So, it might have been cutesy, but you don't talk shit about the cartoon in your shitty reboot. Motherfuckers.
The cartoon whitewashed us.
I had your back. I always had a smile on my face. I never broke character, even though there was so much more to me. I always put my family and the team first, no matter what.
Sweetie.
Drake tries to stop Bubbles as she heads off for the jagged hole where the window used to be.
I like that they got to throw in another good Tumblr word there, whitewash.
Yeah. Drake puts his hand on her arm. I'm out of here. It's
There was a
relapse
super
time.
chat, by the way.
Oh, the super chat. Crossover 4. I hope my fanfic series Ultima isn't this bad. Probably won't be. Probably won't be. Just don't insult the series that you're writing for. Like, you can poke fun at it here and there. That's fine. But, like, to completely insult the show itself.
Honestly, I think they're making fun of themselves and the proclivity to like recast, white characters, as though like this was the original, this was the like original thing, and then like the show is like canon to it. Like, I really think that line was like a joke about re-racing characters.
I don't think
I
it was
don't
because
think
they don't
that
point out the
line is-
fact that Blossom is a redhead and she's a brunette in this.
Is she?
It's Chloe Bennett.
Yeah.
Who played
I don't
Skye
know
in
who it
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Oh, if they really made her not a redhead, that would be that would be another like mark.
that's a big.
Like,
I'm surprised.
Ring the CinemaSins bell, guys.
Yeah, I'm just glad that like they meant. I'm not glad, but like they didn't make her black, which is a weird like. I know that's a weird thing to say, but there's a weird trend to make redheaded characters black on TV for whatever reason.
Didn't they do it to Ariel, Little Mermaid?
Did it to Ariel the Little Mermaid. They did it to the West, the entire West family in The Flash. Like you can.
They did,
I'm trying to think of other.
they did
examples.
it. They did it to like Bo.
They did it to Bo and she.
Yeah.
They did it to Bo and She-Ra. They also did it to it's not quite 1-to-1 because he's not black, he's just darker skinned and purple haired, but the sea guy, Seahawk from She-Ra.
Yeah.
No
Can't wait for
redheads
the-
allowed.
Can't wait for the Pokemon live action reboot with Black Jessie.
Yeah, or Black.
Oh, Starfire. That's another one. That's
Starfire,
another
that's another one.
redhead character that they recast.
They
to-
did
to
keep
black.
her a
They
redhead
did keep
though,
her hair red there.
but
They
like
kept
that
her
was
hair
like
red.
bad hooker hair. So, like, I don't know what to make.
I
of it.
remember watching somebody like on Tumblr trying to defend the live action Teen Titans.
The Titans show.
And
Robin says fuck, guys.
and there was like, but there's a scene where they say one thing at the beginning and then the phrase comes back at a pivotal moment, and I'm like, have you people watched anything ever?
Oh god, I love that the most.
Oh, that's right, Mary
literal
Jane in the MCU.
Basic.
MJ.
She was a redhead.
Yeah.
I really like it when people
Jimmy
are trying to
Olsen.
defend bad. They're trying to defend bad shows, and they'll be like, "Yeah, but it did," and then it's the most like basic writing device ever. Ruby fans are amazing about that.
Yeah.
If you go on the Ruby wiki, in the trivia section, it'll be like the colors red, white, black, and yellow refer to the main cast in the trivia section.
The
It's like, wow.
oh.
That's some self-congratulatory bullshit.
You talk with them, and it's like, but guys, Yang and Weiss talked.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Once.
Ryan Carson, I'm right there with you. I would love more black characters. Just don't like malform characters into them. Make new good characters. There is room to grow. You can like either there's plenty of black characters to adapt, or you just add characters that are black. You can
You can make entire new shows, new intellectual properties.
Yeah. You know what's really apparently very good? Black Lightning. That's apparently a good show. It's like one of the only good shows on CW, apparently. Or at least it was. I mean, it probably suffered the Arrow effect where it steadily got worse over time. But, like...
Probably.
Yeah. Remember, Ray, you can't spell ginger without, well, you know. Hey, you can't say that. That's our word.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Those are the same letters. Oh my god.
Yeah, you never knew that? Like, that's what everyone jokes about with it. Like, they do, like, the Inception thing where the letters start swapping.
Oh no. Oh no.
Steven Universe Wiki has the same problem. I believe that because when people talk to me about Steven Universe, it'll be like, they talked about emotions, and I'm like, yes.
Yes, they and then they had violent sex in front of characters through the phrase of fusing. Crossover 4. They best not term Sam from Totally Spies black. Like, why would they need to?
Yeah, wasn't one of the characters already darker?
Yeah, Alex. Alex was
Alex.
darker skinned. I don't know what Alex was exactly. They never. I always thought that she was kind of like Middle Eastern, maybe, or maybe some kind of like. West...
Hold on, let me check the Totally Spies wiki, which I'm sure exists.
She might be some kind of. I thought she was kind of West Asian, maybe. Alex.
Yeah, there's a wiki.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It actually does say. Hold on. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, no, it is so weird that they just recast redheads to black characters. Was Heimdall from Thor?
She's
Was he
supposed,
a
she's
redhead?
supposed to be mixed race.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But like no, Heimdall, I don't know how Heimdall looked in the comics, but like when you're dealing with Greek gods, I'm a little more lenient on that, especially one that's a little lesser known. So you're like, and like on top of that, it's Idris fucking Elba. Like,
They should have recast Ariel to Idris Elba.
and for the record,
Alex was half Latino, half Asian. Okay.
okay, that's an interesting mix. I actually really like that. That's a unique combination you don't see very often. But here's the thing: like, I was okay. I was not okay. Got to clarify my words there. With Scarlett Johansson as the Major, I mean, like she's a great actress, but like, you know, that remake was terrible for a number of reasons. But Ghost in the Shell, man, like.
Wasn't she also like in another wasn't she also another Asian character in some different movie that was about like a pilot who lived in Hawaii or something, and then like her character was supposed to be of like Japanese descent or like some sort of Asian descent, and it was Scarlett Johansson.
I don't know.
Like, yeah, but yeah, no, that's yeah. Like, oh, what about the butler from that book you liked and that movie? That
oh,
sucked?
right. Butler, he was a blonde, but like that was just that was really weird because like by making him black, they really made some deep, troubling implications. Because like, oh, he's a butler. No, you understand. The Butler lineage has been serving the Artemis Fowl, the Fowl household for generations, to the point that the name Butler may have come from them. So you're implying that they have been slaves.
Oof.
And they just never stopped.
Oof.
It is a hard oof for the diversity crowd. Anyway, we are way off topic. Let's get back onto it. I'm out of here. It's relapse time, she says. And the woolly bear crawls from Bubbles onto Drake.
Quirky alcohol. It's quirky alcoholism. It's like all like the late 20-somethings I know. They're just like, yeah, I'm totally an alcoholic, but it's like quirky though. It's quirky though.
And the woolly bear crawls from Bubbles onto Drake and into his ear. Bubbles flies out the window, a blue streak in the sky. Oh my god, someone actually flying. Buttercup glares at Drake and flies after her.
You stole my childhood. Because of you, I killed Mojo and it ruined my life. Do you even care?
Drake is silent. We see a moment of a yellow glint in his eye, but Blossom doesn't see it.
Cool. Got it. I never want to see you again.
She exits as we Act 3. Act 4.
Wait. Where was Act 2?
We had Act 2. That was, the end of that was like
at the
villain
volcano,
scheme.
right?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Interior jail day. A close-up of a man's mouth. Bubbles Utonium? On Bubbles in a holding cell. She opens her bloodshot eyes, plastered with sleep. She sits up, looking rough. Reveal Ace besides an officer outside the cell. He gives Bubbles a brief, compassionate wave. Bubbles stumbles towards him. As they walk down the hall, Bubbles vomits. Ace pats her on the back. It was Ace? No, Ace was... I got a great shot of you freezing all those snakes from the zoo. Oh my god!
Wow!
They're legless. They were legless lizards.
Animal
No.
Ace.
Not the reptiles.
Not that it matters. You just
Not the lizards.
What do you mean? What does it matter? You fucking piece of shit!
murdered a bunch of animals. Holy shit!
Bubbles.
Sarah's going to be so upset about this.
Sarah, I'm sorry.
Sarah.
What the fuck?
Blossom finishes her coffee, sets the cup by the sink. Why is she still in the house? Let's do somewhere. Stay in the kitchen to reveal a mangled green woolly bear. The one Buttercup disposaled earlier. Crawl out of the sink. Blossom opens the front door when she hears a phone ring. She stops, looks inside at the red phone, but it wasn't unplugged. Blossom walks over to it as it stops ringing. Confused, Blossom goes upstairs, passing by the green woolly bear, now crawling up the banister. How fast are these things?
Pretty fast.
Buttercup's room. Day. Blossom tiptoes to Buttercup's side of the bed. Macy's asleep. Buttercup's Googling backpacking trips on her phone. Wow, okay. Just like hitting
she's
all
a
the
lesbian.
stereotypes.
I never would have guessed.
Molly?
Oh, did you hear a phone ring?
Yeah, it was the house line.
Sarah's
How
so
far do you think
upset. Oh
Sally Grant
no.
could get me.
Please, not the lizard. I'm sorry. No,
not
don't worry.
the-
She said that they are legless lizards.
He likes all amphibians and reptiles.
Yeah, but Bubbles lost some points.
Yeah.
Bubbles lost some points there.
Get it? Because they're
Sarah has
Blossom's
been
all freaking
traumatized.
out about killing Mojo, and then Bubbles is out here fucking freezing snakes like a bitch.
yeah, like
Where's her remorse? Where's her PTSD?
Buttercup.
Oh, direct flights to Peru. Direct flights to Peru. Okay, oh, like,
Yeah, she's
she
like
wasn't
she's like
yelling.
looking at,
She was just talking at. Yeah, okay.
Doesn't she have a job in Oregon? Why is she trying to run away?
I don't know.
I don't think she gives shit about her job in Oregon.
She's a firefighter.
I don't think she gives a shit about that.
Why is she a sociopath?
Why are they all sociopaths?
Bubbles is more sociopath.
Is that the lesson we
true.
all had to learn? That by raising these kids in this environment, that they were all becoming sociopaths? No, it wasn't. Anyway, Blossom.
I know it's stupid, but I can't stop thinking about that creepy guy at the bar. Those yellow eyes.
Well, stop moving the thing. He probably has liver disease. Look at this. Spidey sense you're feeling right. Look, this Spidey sense you're feeling right now. Are they allowed to?
Yeah.
You're feeling right now is part of what you would like to believe. There's evil in town because that means that Dad's not a pathological liar, but you know Occam's razor.
Bubbles enters in sunglasses. Buttercup covers her nose as the green woolly bear crawls along the Buttercup's wall towards her bed. Yeah, I stink. Thank you for compassion. I'm going back to LA now. I'll FaceTime you at Christmas if I'm still alive. Clothes on. The woolly bear crawling into an ear canal. Oh no! Did it finally get Buttercup? Pull back to reveal Macy springing out of the bed, possessed. She grabs the bedside table lamp and smashes it on Buttercup's head, then turns towards Blossom, flashing her yellow eyes.
Oh my god, yellow eyes.
At least Buttercup's getting what she deserves for trying to abandon her partner.
Yeah. Macy throws down the bookcase. Bubbles attacks her, but Macy manages to duck and throw Bubbles smack into a wall. Bubbles tries to shake off the blow as Macy lifts up a bedside table, about to smash it over Bubbles' head, when Buttercup kicks Macy's legs out from under her. Macy falls, hitting her head on a desk chair and causing the green woolly bear to fly out of her ear. Wow, this thing has terrible like securing. Like it should have little needles and just hook it in place. Macy groans. The girls stare at the green woolly bear in awe. Interior.
She was just tripped and smacked her head on a chair. Like she's out.
She's out. Yeah, she needs to get some help. Also, they're superpowered. How is she doing any of this?
Maybe I said this when you were like, oh, how did fucking Carruthers get to the thing? Maybe the woolly bears give him superpowers.
I guess.
Which makes me wonder, would the woolly bears make? They're powerful enough to supposedly control the Powerpuff Girls, so I don't know. They probably have something going on.
The girls examine the woolly bear under a microscope. Blossom dissects it, revealing its wiring in a square metal chip. Whoa! It's a robot. Magic.
I'm sorry. Someone in chat just said she got Norted. Guys, throwback.
That's great. It's great. Blossom.
This is an AI chipset. The furry hairs on the outside are actually nanofibers. They latch onto something, I'm guessing a brain.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Not very well. How do you know all that?
I have a PhD in biotech.
We need to just cut to Ninja Brian. I have a PhD.
Really? You guys didn't know that?
Of course.
Biotech, duh, nerd alert.
Anyway, I think someone engineered these for mind control. The guy at the bar, Macy. That's why their eyes had that weird yellow glint. They were possessed. Dad was right. Evil is back in Townsville.
Bubbles is stunned. Buttercup is still a little skeptical.
So someone put this thing in Macy to get her to what? Attack us? Because that's a bunk plan. I'm impressed you
I was about
remembered
to jump
Macy's
on the
name.
side of the road, so I don't know. This thing looks pretty damaged. Maybe it misfired.
Dad and I were working on a theory. Buttercup, do you remember that girl we met outside the house? Our biggest fan?
With the pet caterpillar.
Yeah, that was shady, and we spotted her in a dock footage outside the Kano, watching us. God, if Kano were in this film, it'd be better.
I can't believe this. I really thought Drake made it all up. Like, that mom who poisoned her kid for Disney tickets.
What?
Oh dear.
I'm pretty sure that actually happened, and that's horrible.
I'm sure if it didn't, I'd be surprised.
So crazy. Like, think bigger. Suddenly, all three girls get Google alerts on their phone.
What? Seeing this?
Blossom turns on the TV. A breaking news banner reads, Townsville erupts in riots. Chaos. Newscaster reports. The riots started moments ago, the cause of which are still unknown. The girls are in shock as they watch news footage of citizens destroying Townsville. Match the footage to. Here's off continuous. TV is on. Jojo looks in the mirror, deciding between two ties, red or blue. Henrietta opens the window, surrounded by her woolly bear creations.
Just so I'm clear, now we're going to loose the woolly bears onto Townsville, let them crawl into people's brains, then turn their aggro meter up to 10.
Exactly. We need a new plan after your idiot worm incepted the wrong Newtonium. Then after havoc ensues, I'll blame the entire thing on Drake. He'll confess via Woolly Bear that he's drunk with power, blah blah blah. I'll arrest him, save the day, and Townsville re-elects me mayor. A fun bonus, Drake rots in prison, and maybe I get to console Blossom. With that, Jojo picks up the red tie. Henrietta sadly watches her woolly bears leave the office out the window en masse.
Goodbye, Karen, Jared, Eric, Melania, Donald, Rudy, Giuliani, Ted.
I mean, on one hand, it's adorable she named each and every single one. I kind of like that in the villain, but at the same time, why these names?
You know why.
But... Jesus Christ. You know, I was really hoping we'd get through this without, like, direct references, but, you know, guess not.
Orange Man.
Orange Man.
The girl kept watching TV as the news switched to a press conference. The banner below, Townsville erupts in chaos, mind-controlling robots. Mayor Mondale speaks. Citizens under the control of these malicious robots are being forced to act violently towards each other with no end in sight. I'm sad to say I believe my late father was right. This appears to be the work of Professor Drake Utonium. What? On TV, news footage of Drake on rooftop screaming,
Burn Townsville! All must pay!
just see JD. Turk, eat a Snickers.
Yellow eyes.
That would be the best twist in this episode. It's just JD just comes on. It's like, Turk, what are you doing? I'm like, burning Townsville. Why? Texas. Just be like, Texas. Like, I get you're mad about that, but have a Snickers.
Someone's setting him up.
He needs us now. Off Blossom, overwhelmed and terrified by this call to duty. End of Act 4. Act 5. Exterior, Townsville streets, various day. Powerpuff Girls drive towards town. Why are you driving? You fly! Sprinter van. Buttercup drives. Blossom is in front. Bubbles in back. They pull up to the city center.
Can't believe we didn't fly.
All right, at least they're addressing it. Mollie.
I'm sorry, you know I can't get on a plane without a Xanax.
What? You can literally fly. I can't handle it. Let's sidebar this.
They get out of their car. We see anarchy in the streets. Cars on fire. Fights breaking out. They're all possessed. This is just like the gathering of this is like the gathering of the Juggalos.
No, nobody in the target audience for the show remembers Juggalos.
I don't even know what Juggalos are. I've never gotten a straight answer. What the hell are Juggalos?
Fans of ICP.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Blossom.
You've been?
I was paid to appear.
We need to get Dad.
The girls keep taking it in. People are fighting, shouting, and destroying property. Fire hydrants have been opened.
Someone goes, so who's the one who got all the Pokemon cards?
There's water all over the streets. Nearby, Henrietta, unnoticed by the Powerpuff Girls, strolls through the insanity she's helped create. She spots the girls and picks up her phone, ducking into an alley.
Okay, they're here. You might want to make that arrest.
Cross-cut phone call. Jojo on the phone, exhilarated. All three of them? Even Blossom?
Yep. You'll get to see them kick and scream if their dad gets hauled off to jail. Just like you put on your vision board. Which you should never show anyone, by the way. The gold Lambo is cringe.
Jojo smiles, taking in this moment. When his pet monkey screeches, Jojo frowns, his mood darkening. No.
I'm taking in the moment too.
No, it's
The
not
gold
enough.
Lambo.
Oh, thank you,
Is
Boar
cringe.
Zombie, for subscribing. No, it's not enough. I can't squander this opportunity.
What do you want me to do, Jojo?
I want them to know how it feels to watch their father die. New plan. Powerpuff Girls head for Drake. On their way there, they can't help but notice the mayhem. Bubbles stops. Guys, wait, what about all these people? They need us. Blossom looks around, conflicted. Buttercup keeps moving, then turns when she sees Blossom and Bubbles haven't moved.
Come on. Saving Dad's life, I get. But playing superhero again?
Buttercup gestures to the fighting and... You're a firefighter!
These are the... Well, yeah, but she's a firefighter in Oregon, not in whatever state Townsville is in. It's specifically Townsville she has the problem with. These are the same morons that kicked us out here.
No, it says the same normos.
Normos?
I think
Oh,
they meant
no.
to say normies.
Normos? Oh. Normos? They kicked us out of here a decade ago. Why would we help them?
Blossom
Bro,
sighs.
you're a firefighter. You help people no matter what. That's like in...
It's like in
like
the
part of the
ocean
job.
Firefighter.
Bubbles sees her wavering.
Blossom,
Blossom, you were the one who always said we should help people no matter what, remember? You had the biggest, bravest heart of all three of us. That's why you were the leader.
I was the leader because Dad said so.
That's not true. I was designed to be in charge. But your annoying Type A ass claimed that role. And you owned it.
Guys, I know everyone here
was that
rejected
true?
us for... I don't think so. I think that's more retconning. I know everyone here rejected us for semi-misogynistic reasons. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What? Where did that come from?
I thought they rejected you because you murdered the guy accidentally.
They need to put at least 10 feminist terms in each episode to get the funding.
Yeah. And it's getting... but Townsville is our home, and it's getting destroyed. We have to save it. And Dad. This is our chance to show them that they were wrong about us and the murder we committed. Buttercup looks around, taking it in.
Look, I hate this town too. I'm 50-50 on Drake. But I've got a hard-on for mayhem that won't go down. I'm in.
Bubble smiles.
Normal
looks to
ways of
Blossom.
talking again.
She's shaking.
No, I've done too much work in therapy to go there. I'm a grown woman now. I have degrees and a boyfriend and furniture from West Elm. I'm not a Powerpuff Girl.
Blossom starts to have a panic attack,
No,
then runs off. Bubbles is about to take off after Blossom.
Stopping her. We have to move on.
But Bloss...
We'll do it for her. Okay, it's what she wants. Even if she can't say it, she was always our conscience.
And I was just the attention whore.
Hey, you were amazing.
Bubbles
Underline.
nods.
Remember that episode of Volume 8 where all the characters are like, maybe I screwed up, and then all their friends are like, no, Queen, you were perfect. And then all the writers were like, see, we addressed it, haters.
They take off in the other direction. Possessed Drake is still standing on the rooftop. Bubbles, and Buttercup observe from a safe distance.
Okay, so when Macy hit her head, it drove the woolly bear out of her. We need to do something like that, but on a mass scale. without like
Killing people. Right.
Is Macy okay? They just left her there.
she has a concussion.
Just cut back to Macy.
Really
She's foaming
unconscious.
at the mouth. Bubbles looks around. Her eyes land on a spa with an advertisement for laser hair removal. Her eyes light up. Electrolysis?
Electrolysis.
Electrolysis.
I think that's how you say it.
I know. Yeah, you don't get the au naturel thing, but this is not the time.
Bubbles flies to a telephone pole and rips a wire out from the pole, exposing its frayed ends. Buttercup smiles, getting it.
Oh, sick! We're gonna fry him.
No, we're going to lightly shock them, enough to drive the bugs out, but not enough to kill them. Look, they're all standing in water. Help me grab that pole. Why are they all standing in water?
Because people were ripping out fire hydrants with their bare hands.
Right, I guess they do get superpowers. They fly over to a telephone pole and begin to uproot it. Interior, alleyway, same.
Oh, you were the one who said it right. I messed it up. However, you were gonna say that word.
Electrolysis?
You said it correctly.
Electrolysis?
Electrolysis.
Yeah.
My childhood has died and my days.
I'm sorry,
are
I'm gonna
over.
hold that
Burn
L.
CW. Thank you, the anime guy. Thank you. Blossom sits behind a dumpster doing breathing exercises. She closes her eyes and opens them, revealing young Blossom. That's a great place to do breathing exercises, next to a dumpster.
All right, deep breath in. And out.
I can't. Why are you hiding? I can't do this. I just want a normal life. I can't be the hero they want me to be.
I can't do this. I can't either. I can't do it without you, and you certainly can't do it without me.
Be the hero you want to be. Do it on your terms. You don't have to wear a dress. You don't have to take daddy's notes about being less bossy. Girl boss! And you don't have to spend the rest of your life blaming yourself for mojo. You just have to be true to yourself. Be the person you would have been if no one was telling you what to do.
Blossom considers this. Young Blossom disappears. Suddenly, the ground trembles. Buttercup and Bubbles hold the telephone pole above the crowd. Buttercup.
Oh, just touch it to the water and the shock will spread.
They lower the pole gingerly. A jolt of electricity surges through the teeming mass standing in the flooded streets. People are knocked out. Then suddenly, look! Woolly bears are crawling out, jumping out of people's ears. Bubbles and Buttercup are stoked, but then someone turns out that they all had pacemakers, and thus they are all dead now.
I mean, even so, power lines have a lot of power.
Yeah,
a lot of power. To the fact that you can't even go near them if you're not in water.
Yeah, and like, even if you diffuse it, the diffusion happens gradually over the distance it spreads. So the closer you are to it, the deadlier it's going to be.
Yeah, I don't know if they know about electrical engineering.
Yeah. Trust me, I'm an engineer. Reveal Henrietta on the roof of the building with Drake. The sisters are mid-air, holding the pole aloft.
I have complete and total power over him. Right, Professor Quacktonium?
Drake nods numbly. Yeah. I knew you were a fake fan. Nobody's favorite is Blossom.
Fucking got her. That's a better burn than Quacktonium.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know what you want with our dad, but please, let's talk this out, girl to girl. She's just trying to hook up.
Yep. You're not a girl.
Like 10.
You're a born and grow up who used to be cool. Hang it up and start a book club. Bubbles lets go of the pole, ready to save Drake, and the pole just falls on some poor dude. But with the electric current, it's too much for Buttercup alone. Bubble! Oh, it's you.
Bubbles! Bubbles!
Bubbles sees Buttercup and eats her and helps her with the pole before it crashes into the ground. But the sisters are stuck.
We can't drop the pole. It'll kill them all.
Let's go for a walk.
Drake obediently walks to the edge of the building and falls off. Bubbles and Buttercup are helpless, holding the pole, screaming.
Throw the pole.
Drake plummets towards the ground. Buttercup screams. Bubble watches in terror as Drake falls. Daddy! Drake drops faster and faster, 30 feet away from the ground, and 20, and then, when Blossom cuts through the air and scoops him up.
Oh. That's my bitch right there.
Jojo watches from his window, furious. No! 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 In the air, Blossom soaked up her hero moment.
Sorry I'm late, Dad, but I had to make peace with an old...
Drake slaps and scratches at Blossom, still possessed.
Stop! Stop! Ow! You're so annoying!
Blossom lands on the street with Drake, his fists flying. Blossom punches him in the face. The woolly bear flies out of his ear. Blossom stomps at it as Drake moans on the ground.
That was surprisingly cathartic.
Bubbles is stomping out all the woolly bears on the street when Blossom lands beside her. Bubble gives her a huge hug. Blossie, you saved the day!
Haven't heard that one in a while. My babies, my poor babies.
Blossom and Bubbles turn to find Henrietta crouching in a puddle, mourning her woolly bears. Oops. Henrietta smiles menacingly, slowly standing up.
Woolly bears, mount up!
The busted woolly bears start to rise up and crawl towards Henrietta as she cackles maniacally. Then suddenly, Henrietta is electrocuted and flies into a building, hard, reveal Buttercup with a live wire behind her. You just murdered a child!
Nah, who cares?
The woolly bears slump, ineffectual without Henrietta's leadership. Bud, way too much. Buttercup is worried until Henrietta starts coughing. The girls sigh, relieved. Buttercup's eyes light up.
Not dead.
That's still not okay! Buttercup
Hey, no body, no death.
Buttles high five. Then they hear cheering.
No body, no cry.
They turn to discover a massive crowd cheering for them. The sisters soak it all up, feeling like real heroes again. Exterior, Drake's house. In a sweeping reversal of fate, the Powerpuff Girls are beloved again in Townsville. That's fast. A super bloom surrounds the... A super bloom? Utonium home? Townsville
A
residents...
super bloom like the lighting effect?
I know, that's the only thing I can think of.
Leaving gifts, a huge sign is hung across the front lawn. Thank you, Powerpuff Girls. Wow, this is so saccharine. The town is pleading for the girls to return permanently, but the sisters have yet to comment. Pan from the TV to Blossom standing by the window. She admires signs outside as she watches a Bitmoji. Look, I get it. It's a cool opportunity. I just love our life together. I don't want to ask you to turn it down, but I hope you do. Sorry. Doing this on a Bitmoji was a stupid idea. Love you. Blossom sighs, then notices something outside. Exterior, Drake's house. Blossom opens the front door as someone walks away. Oh, it is you.
Jojo?
Jojo turns, smiles shyly at Blossom. Hey, I was just leaving you guys a little token of appreciation. Inside, Buttercup looks out the window, watching them.
Bubba, come here.
Bubbles joins her at the window. What? Whoa! Intercut with, Blossom picks up Jojo's gift. It's an action figure of her, the one we saw Jojo holding in the teaser.
Wow, where'd you get this?
I actually bought it behind my dad's back when I was a kid. I had to hide it under the bed, like porn.
Oh! For the same thing, too.
Not because I did anything creepy with it, just because he hated you.
Jojo's like, I know exactly what you're going to say next.
Yeah. Buttercup.
Oh my god, this is brutal.
Blossom.
No, yeah, I got that. I remember. I'm still so sorry, Jojo.
It was an accident. Speaking of, I'm sorry about the falsely accusing your dad of mass terrorism.
Yeah, real egg on your face, huh?
Not really. The guy was on top of a building screaming, "Burn, Townsville, burn!"
Yeah, it's like, yeah, at the time.
Yeah.
At the time.
Moopa says, I feel like this whole ostracization conflict is contrived anyway. With how much hero worship they got there, should have been a much scarier issue of them getting away with shit others couldn't.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was what, one murder? That was probably accidental?
You know what would have been interesting? If the murder had actually happened, Blossom got sent to jail for it. And that was like that was the reason she got separated, and the team broke up because of like the natural, like it wasn't just like they fell apart, but also that even before that there were problems. So it's like,
yeah. Have you guys seen the Pimations video about Powerpuff Girls?
No.
It's incredible. Bubbles totally murders Mojo Jojo with an axe at the end.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I did see that.
it's fucking great.
All right. A little bit, yeah.
Well, I guess we're even. I mean, we're not even. Nowhere close. I just mean, don't worry.
Is she flirting? Girl. Girl. Oh. Blossom.
I don't know.
Isn't it JoJo?
Yeah. Yeah, it's JoJo.
Oh, it's JoJo? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was playing. I was going too much on the.
On the too much girl,
Yeah.
not enough JoJo.
You think you guys are gonna stay?
I don't know. We have to talk it out.
Well, I hope you do. JoJo starts to walk away.
Jojo, why don't you hate me?
It's not for lack of trying. Night. Blossom watches JoJo go, oddly drawn to him.
Classic hate boner.
The sisters talk over to each other at dinner, telling Drake a story. Their energy is magnetic and warm, like old times.
So, Dad, I came up behind her and zap her. She flies like 20 feet and splats into a wall.
All of them crack up. This is not funny. Drake slaps his knee.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Good thing they caught her. She murdered her parents.
Really? Good goss. Good? You mean good God?
My good gosh.
Good gosh?
So, have you girls thought about whether or not you want to stay in Townsville? Maybe murder your parents? Or...
The girls look at each other, quiet. Blossom is about to speak when Drake cuts her off.
Before you answer, I just want to say I know they're individuals with you're individuals with full lives and aspirations. So if picking up your old mantle doesn't feel like your life anymore, I want you to honor that.
The girls are shocked by Drake's uncharacteristic clarity.
Sure, we got that bug out. Sarah called me, which I know wasn't easy for her, and mentioned that I sometimes don't express to you girls that I see you as full people.
I'm glad we're just talking through the character development. We're just kind of
Yeah.
I said
saying
that
what's
too.
happening. This was like, when you're like writing the outline, it's like, and then he's gonna tell the girls that he sees them as people.
Yeah. How do we have the end scene? Oh, well, just outright state the character arcs.
I said that too. Jerry Orbach.
You're my daughters first. And your happiness is all that matters, says the guy with no money.
You
Says
and
the guy who
Sarah
invested
talk?
in fitness.
You know she still has a crush on you.
Wait, Blossom would say that?
Apparently.
I
It's
guess.
in the script.
Yeah, we'll discuss Sarah later. For now, you girls need to make a decision. If you need me, I'll be in my lab.
Drake
And then he
leaves,
makes
a
the
beat.
hand jerking motion as he goes away. Are we really doing this? Buttercup 2 makes the hand jerking motion.
I'd be giving up my whole life. A job, a great guy that loves me.
Why would you be implicitly giving him up
Yeah.
if you change
Dude,
careers?
just apply to a biotech firm in Townsville. I'm sure there's one.
Yeah.
I know, with all of the shit that goes down there's got to be something.
I'd be giving up-
Also, you can fly. Just zip back and forth.
Yeah. I'd be giving up Hollywood. It was my dream. I probably looked pathetic to you guys, but
You didn't.
I'm giving up my backyard chickens and a lot of other stuff too. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss it. What about you guys?
oh come on, it'd be adorable to see like Buttercup tending to backyard chickens.
Yeah,
They sure never
that'll be
sponsor.
the series finale.
Blossom the most conflicted. Grew up in a small town, and when the
No,
rain
that's not how the
falls-
song goes.
I don't know how the song goes, so I'm
And
winging it.
when the rain will fall down, I just stare out my window.
Buttercup smiles, joining in.
Dreaming of what you could be, and if I'd end up happy, I would pray I could break away.
They both stop singing and look to Blossom. Is she in or not? Blossom looks pained, shakes her head. Buttercup and Bubbles share a disappointed nod. Silent beat then.
I'll spread my wings and I'm not singing the rest of that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What a slut!
It was a fake out.
Buttercup and Bubbles are thrilled. They join in singing in each other's faces, visceral, a complete return to childhood. All three girls, make a wish or take a chance. We're not singing that. Drake's lab. Drake hears the girls singing upstairs and smiles. He prepares a
That's it. They did choose a perfect song for like that specific era of entertainment.
Yeah. He peers into a microscope examining a defunct woolly bear robot, but he's doing more than just examining it. He's repairing it. The bot wriggles back to life and Drake smiles. He walks to a cabinet revealing a hidden door. He opens it, walks inside. Lights flicker on as Drake places the bot in a glass cage surrounded by other mysterious specimens. As he exits, he looks at a picture on his wall of himself, Bubbles, Buttercup, and Blossom as young girls. He too was a young girl at that point. He looks at them, guilt-ridden. Close on the 2000s action figure of Blossom as the girls continue to scream, sing, and dance in the background. Match 2. Camera feed. That JoJo watches the action figures has a secret camera inside, a scowl on his face. His pet monkey watches the feed beside him, eating a banana. I'll find another way for you to win to win re-election. We took them right out once. We can do it again. Right, Dad? The monkey screeches with fervor, and we cut to black. That is like the best decision this entire thing has made, is that ending with the monkey reveal.
Monkey reveal.
Fatman, we can't hear you clapping.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I forgot. Discord has the shitty, like, sound gate thing. You know, can you hear now?
Yes. Barely. Now I can. It's tracked on. It's figured it out like the Borg. It figured out what frequency you're at. Oh my god.
That was the perfect amount of cringe.
Oh, that was painful. I mean, it was hilariously painful, but like...
That was... Like, that is so rare to find something that is that bad, but that good.
Yeah.
It was bad in all the right ways. Ruby wishes it could be Diablo Cody's Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, this is like... I would
if they change a single thing about this... Okay, there are a couple things they could change about this script. But if they change the basic vibe of this script, it's going to be a markedly worse show.
I mean, Bubbles,
this with the cringe taken out would be unwatchable.
We can't ignore that Bubbles is an animal abuser.
So they just left that girl unconscious on the floor and just never addressed it.
Yeah, they never did. She's still
no. It would have been better if like Bubbles or Blossom tried to wake her up and Buttercup's like, no, wait. Let me get out of here first.
He named the monkey dad to compensate.
She was shopping for one-way Peru tickets while she was still in bed next to her. After like, I gave it the half-hearted inflection, but like after she said like, yeah, you should come with me. she was.
I mean, that would actually be really funny. Like, there are things here that I would actually like. Like, all right, what if this one night stand with Macy turned into like an actual serious, long-lasting relationship, and it's actually like it's not going to be this way, but it's like actually super healthy. Script is
he's like a recurring character, and they.
The anime guy says the script is about to add one vet suicide statistic. Oh,
what?
We'll add one to vet suicide statistics. It's like
because of all the animal abuse?
Yeah.
No, he's saying like he's making fun of veteran suicide statistics.
Oh.
What?
Well, I thought it was because of the animal stuff, because we're talking about the animal stuff right now.
What about?
Oh,
what?
Yeah, he said veteran. Okay. I guess maybe he's talking about himself.
If I could, I would give you those $2 back.
I'm surprised this got rejected. It seemed like the kind of pilot CW would normally approve. I think it leaned a little too far. Actually, what would really be hilarious if we get like the actual version they approve, and it turns out that almost everything that we found cringe in this kept in, but like the thing they changed was the actual plot, which was actually decent. I like the plot enough. It's a basic CW plot, but it works.
I don't think it works. I think it's too much, and they don't know if they want to be serious or not.
Well, yeah, no, that's the problem. Is like whether or not to take it seriously or not is their biggest issue.
If they wanted to be serious, they wouldn't have
'Cause they-
hired
like-
Diablo Cody.
You have like Bubbles being like grown up child star trash is like kind of hilarious. But like Blossom has like legitimate PTSD that they are writing extremely poorly. But they're like trying to play it straight.
Yenny
And
is.
then-
Yeah.
I have one friend that likes ICP, so that's how I don't know what juggalos are.
They
then
like
they're
ICP,
trying
but
to-
they're like embarrassed about
And
it.
then they absolutely don't know how they're portraying Buttercup. Like, is she supposed to be a good person or no?
Yeah, it's weird that like Buttercup is like the violent, brutal one, and yet she seems to be like the team cheerleader, sort of. Like Bubbles is obviously like she's doing it for the money, but Buttercup is the only one that seems to have any kind of moral center in this. Because
But she obviously doesn't have a moral center because she pumps and dumps, I guess you could call it.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like she's invested in her family
She
relationships.
slicks and
not
slides.
her.
Sorry. I'm just trying to think of what the lesbian version of Pump and Dump would be.
Or chat will give us a good one.
Yeah, the only change Professor Utonium names isn't Drake. No, keep like if they're going with this version of Professor Utonium, keep it Drake. Keep it Drake. I don't
Yeah.
want to think of this guy as Professor Utonium.
Yeah, no, like the name Drake is okay. Like I want them. Okay, so I want them to go back to the drawing board and then keep everything exactly the same, except when she's letting her caterpillars go and she's naming them, she just changes the names to like Bernie, Ed Markey, AOC, Kamala. Like she just changes the names of her mind control robots.
No, I guarantee you that one's gonna be left in. That's gonna
Hold
be.
on,
left
we're getting they're coming. The suggestions are coming in. I like Saucer and Tosser,
Saucer and Tosser.
Slide and Hide.
Slide and hide. Lick and skip. Peg and dump. No. It has.
Someone also,
It needs
doesn't rhyme.
alliteration.
someone Buttercup is just a rockin' rebel who doesn't play by the rules, and that's what she'll say when she gets sued for her infidelity. Someone talked about like giving kids media characters PTSD. I blame Adventure Time for that. Because I think Adventure Time was the first one of these shows to be like start fun and then it's like, ooh, but they're affected emotionally. But like the last part of Adventure Time is like watching BoJack Horseman. You just don't want to be there anymore.
Yeah. The
Didn't like Steven Universe get like really hammy about
Yeah.
their like talks of PTSD? Like I saw this one clip that was like
Futures was like he goes to therapy.
Yeah,
mean,
I saw like some clips from that, and people were like, no kids cartoon from 2008 would be like this.
Yeah,
It's
they
like-
didn't need to be.
It's like, yeah, I'm
man,
like they didn't.
I
They
honestly,
didn't need to be.
did like the one scene where he's in the doctor's office and like he's describing all the different things he's gone through, and like you can kind of tell it's slowly kind of wearing on him. And like the scene alone is really well done, where it's like, oh, dude, you might want to see a doctor, like a shrink.
Squirt and skirt. I'm sorry. Still reading chat.
Screw and skirt.
Finger and flinger.
Peg it and leg it. I mean, no, that's more for the female dom. That's a specific ejaculate then evacuate. No, that's still guys.
That's for dudes.
Blast and go fast.
Suck on the teat and beat the feet. Blast and go fast. All right. Call this guy.
Even
Dick
Universe
Huggy.
Futures patted itself on the back for telling its audience they shouldn't want action and adventure. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, ooh, yeah, the Powerpuff Girls were cool, but you wouldn't want to be them. Like, bro, I didn't watch Kim Possible when I was 4 years old and was like, man, I really wish they'd get into the complexities of balancing high school drama with being a secret agent. I want to get into the psychological effects on Kim Possible.
It's always what's the sitch, never how's the sitch.
Bruh, gonna do a hot take here. Ruby did PTSD better. Oh, damn. Insane Oddball.
Okay, different bad. This one is just like they don't know what PTSD looks like or how it works, and they're just like, ooh, I'm having my panic attacks. But Ruby said that your PTSD can be cured by killing someone.
Yeah, like Volume 4 did PTSD better than this. Volume 6 did PTSD way worse than this.
Yeah.
Scissor and Skedaddle.
Guys, moment of silence for the first half of Volume 6, man.
Yeah, everyone F's out in the chat for Volume 6, Part 2.
Yes.
Oh
no, Volume 6, Part 2. Ah! You can see Part 2 around me.
All right, well.
Every day I wake up and Volume 6, Part 2 is canon. Ah!
Guys, F's in the Patreon for Volume 5, Part 2.
Yes, in the Patreon. So, yes, we should probably start wrapping up here. For anyone that's new or isn't regular to here in the channel, you can support this channel by going to the Patreon down in the link below, and you get access to the Team Frostbite Discord, where all three of us are regularly active, along with all the members of the Sketchy Huntsman. Well, many members of the Sketchy Huntsman, I should say. They're not all regulars on there.
Well, if you're new to the channel, you wouldn't know who those are.
Yeah.
Why don't you explain?
It's too long to explain. Quick, no time to explain. Join the Patreon. $1 or more.
Guys, Raymond does other videos that have unique art assets that are drawn by a group of people called the Sketchy Huntsman.
And they're all awesome. That said,
just hanging along for the ride.
Game Challenger Wolf from subscribing. Thank you so much for that.
Hold on, just one more thing. One more thing from chat. Yang got over her PTSD by killing a straight white man. Buttercup will probably do that just because.
Probably.
Queen.
But yes. So remember that Fatman Following's channel is linked down below. He has a Patreon as well. Remember, for $1 or more, you get access to the Team Frostbite Discord. That whole shenanigan. Basically, we share a Discord server. And Mollie has her fresh, brand new channel where she does live streams on Wednesdays, I believe.
Wednesdays at 8 p.m. where I'm still trying to figure out how to be a live streamer, so bear with me.
Yes. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. You have been a wonderful audience. This has been a delightfully painful time, and we'll catch you all on the flip side.
I don't know.